69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it. Big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it. Non-fatal communication, very much higher. America first. To lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and we must do it. Big fat love, find common ground to hold the spread of lies, and any America first, America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it. Non-fatal communication, very much higher. America first. To lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow.
Hope everything turns out okay.
We empty out all the money in the cash register, and Mr. Duncan just, and Mr. Duncan just, look at this. And Mr. Duncan just,
Kevin?
Mr. Duncan takes it right.
I broke your wind.
And Mr. Duncan
I have one.
takes it right.
And I found out.
Mr. Duncan takes it right.
I broke your wind.
And Mr. Duncan
I have one.
takes it right.
And I found out.
Hold it right there.
You did give him one.
Mr. Duncan is
My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a dollar shirt, a TV, Word of our pally nutritious. You did give him one.
Mr. Duncan is
My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a dollar shirt, a TV, turtle dove. Yeah.
Mr. Duncan is
My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a dollar shirt, pally nutritious. Yeah.
Mr. Duncan is
My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a dollar shirt, a TV, Word of our pally nutritious.
That was very nice.
we empty out all the money in the cash register, and Mr. Duncan goes here. And Mr. Duncan
Welcome. Oh, I'm supposed to be taking a sip because I forgot because it's not morning. I'm out of my routine here. Hey. You all right?
Off to a great start.
What? Hot, Dottie. Hot. Oh, yeah. Hot. All right. Glad it's our first evening stream in a long time. Really, since election night.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. State of the Union address 1 year in for President Trump. Drinking game rules. You guys can play along with us. Let's bring them up, Toolman. You will take a drink anytime President Trump lands a zinger. Anytime he says something to the effect of, people say, a lot of people tell me, or other people have told me. Anytime he uses a third person. Anytime a communist refuses to stand or clap, of course I'm referring to the Democratic Party. Anytime Canada is insulted, I'm hoping that one gets the ding quite a bit. Anytime Gerald gets admonished, and you will finish your drink if ever a chant breaks out. We have a lot.
Any chance?
Yep. And by the way, just so you know, we will be covering this. So if you want to watch it, watch it here. We're going to be fact checking when there are applause breaks, when there are breaks, so that you can hear the speech. We can pop in, pop out. We have our team on standby, ready to fact check. We're also going to be live fact checking the fact checkers afterwards, because they have that queer guy on CNN.
Daniel.
You know the one. I mean, you may not know the one. He's one of many, but there's the gay guy who does the fact check on CNN. We're going to fact check him. And then, of course, there is the rebuttal, the counter State of the Union address from that Virginia governor. We're going to live fact check her as well. Josh Firestine is here?
I don't think that Brian Stelter does the fact check.
Oh.
No, it's another gay guy.
Different gay.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
We're also going to make our predictions here. Predictions as to how many people are not going to stand. I think Donald Trump is going to be backing them into a corner where they should be applauding, they should be standing, but they're communists, so they can't. That and some other news to get to right off the top as we sort of navigate. Oh, look at this guy. Look at the way he just walked out like a fruitcake. The lay of the land. Stay with us all evening, and we're not going to have another chance to run this, so we're going to be doing a lot of comparisons. But I said the law of contrast. You'll have 8 years of Obama, 4 years of Donald Trump, then you'll have 4 years of Biden, and now we're going to have another year of Donald Trump. So we'll be doing a lot of A-B comparisons. Donald Trump's first year, Biden's first year, back and forth on employment, on immigration. And since we're all happy to be rid of that demented old circus monkey, and we only ever ran this once in January 2025, let's start this off with Bye Bye Biden for the last time.
My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
Joe, we're doing this today. Time for you to walk out this way. And don't forget to take your gaze. Hey, Biden, get out. You f***ed us endlessly.
Come on.
Biden, it's not you, it's me. No, that was a lie. It's definitely all your fault.
Shut up.
You showed us that your brain's no more, and the media lies.
He is as sharp as
Now
ever.
it's time to go to the nursing home, baby. Bye bye bye.
Hi, gas prices.
You got me feeling screwed. Economy is killing us, you know it's true. You were sniffing babies, and that ain't no lie. So it's bye bye bye. It's time for someone really tough. We wanna tell you that we've had enough. 47's back from 45, baby, bye-bye.
Donald Trump has been elected.
Donald Trump has won the presidency.
Your senile and your pants are pooped. Your retarded son is implicated too. Bye-bye.
Go, you know the thing.
We don't wanna be the losers, time for Donald Trump. Don't know who killed Mala Blue, but it didn't do. Kiss that big white house goodbye. Your brain is straight up marshmallow fluff. We all see your
LLJ Cool J. Make America great again.
You were sniffing babies, and that ain't no lie. So it's bye bye bye. Senator, President, you really suck.
I got that.
Even with Viagra, you was out of luck. 47's back from 45, baby, bye bye bye.
Click Rumble Premium and join now for $99 annually or $9.99 a month to get the entirely ad-free experience and an ever-expanding roster of content, creators, and free speech. say it's not 11 a.m. Eastern. You just said to yourself. That's correct. And State of the Union address, we are very glad to be with you. To my left, as always, actually it's going to be Friday, Saturday, March 20th, 21st at Summit City Comedy Club in very happening Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Very happening. It's the happening spot. Everyone knows it.
It's actually the new headquarters for AI.
Is it?
Yeah, all the AI.
Stop it.
I'll get a good water supply.
I hate all of
At the cutting edge.
It's the future of AI, I've heard.
Yes, that is true. And
you?
Toolman, did I always have the monitor here right next to the camera? I'm pretty sure we had it lower, so I wasn't looking at my horrible face.
Do you want it lower?
I don't know. We might do that after.
behind you.
Captain Morgan, CEO, how are you, sir?
I am well. How are you?
I have to look at myself.
The AI was a dig at me, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Let's just be honest. JD Vance is walking in right now for the speech just to keep everybody updated, but it was a dig at me right off the bat.
So drinking game rules for people who missed it. Bring them right up. You're going to hear this ding at any point. Anytime you hear the ding, Trump lands a zinger. Anytime he says, people say, folks tell me. Anytime a commie refuses a stand or clap. Anytime Canada is insulted. Anytime Gerald is admonished. Finish your drink. When a chant breaks out, you hear that ding, you go...
And Gerald just said that he's not obsessed with AI.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, time to drink. Look at that. Oh, my God. I thought I would never come.
Anytime you want to drink, I guess you just can't. Just do it responsibly, you know.
Oh, also, there is a promo code here if you are not yet a member. You said of Rumble Premium.
Yes, right. Rumble Premium promo code right now, 25% off. Enter in the promo code Trump26. 25% off your Rumble Premium subscription. Do it now. Do it. Yes. Click it.
Do it now.
It's easy.
And Mug Club is Rumble Premium. Rumble Premium is Mug
Right.
Club. Let's get to a couple of things here. First off, I don't know if you know this, but Kamala Harris hinted that, and then we're going to get to the Kalshi predictions, hinted she might actually be running in 2028. Here's the video that you don't want to watch, but we have to show you.
Will you run again?
I haven't decided.
You're still thinking about it?
I might. Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I closed the book.
Yeah. Crowd
and I'm
goes
like,
wild.
She wants to. She's just thinking about it. If that was my impression. I don't know if that's what you intended, but that was my impression.
No, the book is about a specific period in time. There was no agenda beyond what we've discussed already, which is just sharing with people, the reality of the experience.
What?
Something about policy.
Well, here's the thing. That is, in case you were probably thinking, and you always have to check your bias, right? That's why we provide all the references, links in the description we do for every show. Where it's like maybe objectively, it's hard for me to know if other people too think that Kamala Harris is, a failure of a whore, because that's my view. That's probably your view. Well, the funny thing is, the betting odds don't lie. Bring up the Kalshi betting odds. As a result of her making that pseudo announcement, she actually dipped. So now the chances of her winning are down to 6%. No, but it gets worse. The exact same thing happened when she launched Kamala HQ, where she's like, I might be running, or I might be opening a purple suit store. And basically the worst thing for Kamala Harris's campaign, should she run for re-election, is to speak. So she's now behind AOC.
Which turns out that was the worst thing for her actual campaign when she ran.
Yeah.
So I guess the trend continues.
It's unreal. Like, imagine that's got to be a personal hell of your own making.
Yeah.
It's like, I really want to get my message out there. Sorry, we advise that you don't message anything.
But I wrote a book.
It's like, yeah, but you can't write.
Yeah, but I'm doing an interview launching it today.
No interviews.
Yes.
Our strategy with you is going to be just not you. Like, people won't know it's you, and we're going to try and pull a switcheroo.
So I'm doing 60 minutes? Yeah, it's called 60 minutes.
Yeah, you're going to do like 2.
You're going to, It's like a comic going out there like, oh, so you want me to feature? How much time do you want? You're like, well, you're not on the show.
Yeah, we'll edit it, don't worry.
They don't even give her a spotlight. It's just the light to get off stage as soon as she goes
She gets
out.
the vaudeville hook.
Yes, she does. Gets the Muppet hook.
She announces, that's got to hurt. You put a plan together to like leak it and put a book out there and go talk shows, and we're gonna start this puppy off, and it just boop, 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 boop.
You can see with Kamala Harris, the moment she's asked a question, the panic that she doesn't know how to answer anything.
Yes, eyes go up. If you want, what's your foreign policy like? Well, first we have to understand what is foreign policy.
Because to me, nobody's foreign.
What?
Right.
We're all human beings. Is that peppermint schnapps?
You think she's playing drinking game rules tonight?
I think she's playing drinking game rules every night.
She has one rule: get drunk.
Yeah.
It's 12 o'clock
Look,
somewhere.
as your president, I will get ripped. Now, my question...
That would be a good campaign slogan.
It would. Yeah.
I would.
Kamala
Yeah,
Harris.
I wouldn't vote for her,
She's
but I
a
would.
drunk.
Vote drunk in 2028.
Vote drunk for president. And by the way, what are your predictions? Comment below. I want to hear your predictions for tonight. We're going to get into ours and the most likely fact checks that we know we're going to have to make. But here's something else, just a feel-good story to start off. Unlike a lot of the other sports teams, and I'll be honest, look, I could tiptoe around the coloreds. They often don't go to the White House. The folks of people of color. You can say people of color, but you can't say colored people. So the coloreds, I think, just covers all of it. Hockey, the difference is they're primarily white. And so the USA hockey team decided to go to the White House. And here's the thing, what I love about this is it could be any sports team in any era. They just look like normal guys who have a job to do. There's no bling, there's no flash, there's no one trying to put their own individual stamp or seal on it. They're happy to be there. And this is what America should be.
They love this song.
Yeah.
They really do.
We love you!
Guys, I recognize every one of you.
Yeah.
Huge hockey fan.
Look at you, Gary.
Must be George.
This one's old.
Then there's this guy.
Look at that guy. He could get that fixed in Turkey.
4 teeth, but they're the best teeth I've seen.
So here's the deal, fellas. Come on in.
I like the outfit. Like they're going yachting.
Right. In style.
Hey, that's cool. Here we go. I never thought I'd ever have this on my...
And here's the funny thing, too. Just remember this because the left will always campaign on unity in the next election. Vox. And you'd think that I'd feel like better being vindicated on all of the major issues and calls I made, but I don't. I'm still angry. Vox, those responsible for the Vox Apocalypse, who try to present themselves as neutral, right, who are co-producing series with YouTube, they actually refer to Eileen Gu as the biggest winner at the Olympics and the USA hockey team as the biggest losers of the Olympics.
Wow.
They wrote, even though they won a momentous and hard-fought gold medal game against chief rival Canada, the U.S. men's hockey team and its fans barely got a chance to savor it. Thanks to an Instagram live and subsequent leaked video, we know the players partied with FBI Director Kash Patel and took a congratulatory phone call from the president. From the president. During the call, Trump also made a joke about reluctantly having to invite the U.S. women's team to... First off, that's redundant. You don't need to include also and to. I guess they don't have copywriters there on
he got a 960 on his SAT.
So the only reason that they're the biggest losers at the Olympics is because they spoke to the president?
Yeah.
I think we're done with this whole, hey, let's unify, right? Let's all... If an American team winning a sport and going to the White House cannot bring Americans together, guess what? There's no common ground to be found. Do you guys get that? You can say whatever. We never said that when Barack Obama was president. I think when we were asked, we said, well, yeah, I would go. Of course, it's still the president.
Of course, yeah.
I'm still mad that I missed my opportunity to meet him.
Yeah?
Yeah, my unit was supposed to stand behind him at, they did stand behind him.
At a truck stop?
No, he's standing in front of him at a truck stop. We were standing behind him at a campaign speech on Fort Bliss, and we had already had plans to go out and get drunk with our platoon sergeant that night. His wife was out of town. We're going to go have fun and stay at his house. And then we got told that the day before, like, hey, by the way, you guys have to come into work tomorrow on a Saturday and stand behind the president at 7 a.m. And we were like, shoot. And then my platoon sergeant just winked at us, and we were like, all right, cool. So we went out that night, and then we got too drunk. And the next morning, he came downstairs butt naked. Sergeant Numerick, looking at you. He watches the show. He came down butt naked. He goes, boys, we missed the president.
How funny would it have been if you guys were out drinking and Barack Obama was just lonely out there like, no, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm just sitting by the hotel. Don't have much to do out here in Kandahar.
Dude, it would have been so cool.
Looking for some boys.
You guys got room for one more? You guys like pool?
If you showed up at that bar, it would have been so cool.
Yeah,
not a fan, but it would have been so cool if the president was there.
Of course, I would have had a beer with Barack.
And I love that they put, Eileen Gu as the winner. It's like, are you kidding me? The American citizen who betrayed her country to ski for China?
More like Eileen Gook.
The winner?
Jesus.
Different Asian, Stephen. Get your racial
Hey, did you hear when I said more like Eileen Gook?
Oh. Yes. Well, yes, the world heard it.
What, we can't be racist against commie turncoats?
Well, no, that's Vietnamese specifically. And so
I think it's Korean.
Calm down, Charlie.
I think it's Korean. Please admonish Gerald.
Yeah, calm down, Charlie.
You can't admonish. No, son of a... Somebody point the research.
Okay, yeah.
Gooks are definitely the...
I forgot we're sitting...
Jesus!
We're sitting next to how to...
Zipperheads, Gooks, all those things were said about... It's not me, it's them. I'm saying...
All right, calm down, How to Train Your Dragon Lady. It's enough. It's enough. White knighting for the zipperheads.
It just says a foreigner, especially a person of Southeast Asian descent.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like an admonish to me.
That's Korean. Obviously.
All right, Gerald admonished. Everyone take a drink. Let's hear the ding. Admonish Gerald.
Yeah, there we go.
Wrong.
I already did it. He can't do it again.
Which frankly actually makes him more racist because he was being like targeted. He was being laser specific. Like,
it's about...
I reserve, like when I say gook, it's just general, that we're superior to the whole Pan-Pacific race. When he says gook, he's like, you Viet Cong piece of shit. Like he really, you can hear the hatred in him. And it's wrong to hate Gerald.
He really means it. And I know it for a fact because my friend's grandfather married a Korean girl in the Korean War, and he always referred to her as his gook wife.
That's right. And she loves him a long time, and that's okay. We all have different things. So, by the way, we're going to go over 70 Democrat senators and congressmen are skipping the State of the Union address, skipping it completely. And remember, they're going to campaign on unity. Just so, in case you were wondering, when the left says unity, what they really mean is, okay, we have power now, and we want to silence voices of dissent. I don't call for unity when our guy or someone who's more representative of our views is in power because I know that it would be based on a lie. The left does it when convenient. Just dismiss it out of hand. It's the same thing as hate speech. Let's go to some of these results here. We're going to be comparing Biden versus President.
Oh, sorry. Amy Klobuchar's on screen.
Oh. She's not on screen, though, anymore. Now it just looks like an Orthodox guy with a beard.
Thank goodness. You know who is there? Fetterman. He's wearing a suit.
Oh, we got some. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We have a 7+1.
Yes.
7+1 things that President Trump was not able to accomplish his first year. We have that later. Also, our on-the-ground correspondent, Thomas Finnegan. So let's look at these polls right now. All references available. Link in the description. Job approval from President Trump. If you were listening to CNN or MS Now, the worst name ever, it's like because Ricketts yesterday wasn't around. So job approval, he's at about 42.5% approve. Right, this is his second term. Here's the thing: if you take that in context, you look at historic job approval at this point in the second term of other presidents. George W. Bush was at 42.5, exactly the same. Obama was 2 points higher, 44.4%. If you look at favorability. Overall, Donald Trump is, at a negative 12.7%. Vance is at a negative 9. Mike Johnson's at a negative 7.4. Hakeem Jeffries negative 9.2.
There he is.
Chuck Schumer. Oh my gosh, someone call Blade. Chuck Schumer is at a negative 22%. Wow. A negative 22%. So disapproval has a last name, and it is Schumer. And then,
comedy and politics.
Yeah, and then if you look at party, because people are telling you the black pillars, they're saying Republicans are going to lose in the midterms big time. Well, that's it. It really comes down to if Republicans don't show up to vote. Because if you think that this administration has done nothing, we'll get to immigration, we'll get to the economy, we'll get to foreign policy. I do think that a lot of things have been done. Certainly not perfect, but when you consider the alternative, look, you do live in a situation where there's a binary choice. If you don't come out and vote, yeah, the Democrats will make some pretty significant gains. But if you look at overall sort of party popularity, just general party popularity, their approval, Democrats are at 55.9% unfavorable compared to about 52.9% from Republicans. So still today, Democrats have a significantly higher disapprove rating, unfavorable rating than the Republican Party. That should tell you something. Don't believe the doomsdayers, even if things are imperfect.
Go vote. Don't buy into all this crap. That's the only way they win is if Republicans stay home.
Well, and if you look at proud to be American, Republicans answered 92% are proud to be American. By the way, that's always high, even when you have Democrat presidents, because we have different values. We actually love America. The left only tells you that they love America when it's convenient, kind of like when they cite the Constitution or the Bible. You know you're about to be lied to. Democrats, only 36% proud to be American. That dropped from 80% since Trump 2016. So Democrats, their pride in this country depends on who is their king, as they view it. Republicans are proud of this country no matter what. Now, let me ask you this. Who do you think is most likely to attempt to preserve this country or to improve this country? A person who consistently loves this country and wants to serve this country and pledges allegiance to this country, or the person who oscillates back and forth whether their buddy is in office or not? We are not the same. And you're going to see that tonight. I think the takeaway tonight is going to be, look, we are not the same. It's not even close. Let's look at people say not enough has been done, right? We rated President Trump last time at the end of the year. Let's look at the economy, okay? Just Trump's second term, to be clear. They added 453,000 jobs.
Private sector jobs.
Sorry, private sector jobs.
Yep.
They cut 324,000 government jobs. That's the lowest level since 1966. I consider that a win. I would like to see those numbers higher. We can pump them up. Biden, you look at him, he added 126,000 government jobs. Matter of fact, that was a big part of any of his job growth. If you look at native-born jobs versus foreign-born jobs, this is a fundamental difference in worldview. This tells a tale that it goes beyond the surface numbers. Native-born jobs under President Trump, just the second term now, he's added 1 million. Biden saw zero growth since COVID. If you look at foreign-born jobs, Donald Trump has actually reduced them by about 550,000. It was at a peak in March 2025. Biden added 6.4 million foreign-born jobs. So no native-born jobs, millions of foreign-born jobs, and we reversed that.
That's insane.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's significant because if you look at foreign-born, that's just H-1Bs doing a job that Americans would do for a cheaper wage.
Yeah. And that doesn't show up in the numbers like we're talking about. When you cut a bunch of government jobs, it makes it, oh, we didn't create a whole bunch of jobs. Well, I did do pretty well. I just had to cut a bunch of fat off of this. And I switched the jobs from foreign-born to American-born. That's exactly what we put him in office to do.
Right.
But it's not going to show on the scoreboard as easily. So do a little bit of research.
Let's look at inflation. This is a big one. People say nothing has been done. Okay, so Biden, the average across his presidency, 5.3%. His peak was 9.1%. Under Trump, it's been consistently 2.4%. The highest was 3% his first month in. Kind of a big difference. If you look at real wages, under Biden, they went down 1.3%. Trump 2.0, meaning in 1 year, up 1.3.
That's great.
4 years down 1.3, 1 year up 1.3. It's double the average wage growth that we saw of, I guess, between the period of 2006 to 2025. If you look at, obviously, his first term, we saw a growth of 3%, so thousands of dollars. Obama didn't see that. Biden saw the opposite of that. Annual incomes under Obama went up about $1,000. That's 8 years. Trump, first term, $4,000. Biden is $4,200. Negative, down. Groceries, this is a big one. Grocery prices, the inflation slowed. It's only up about 2.3%. Typical rate is 2.6. Remember this big thing? Do we have, do you guys remember this? Before Donald Trump was president, or really the first month or two. And I said, hey, you know what, leftists, you don't want to use this point. They would instruct, because I've signed up for all the DNC newsletters. They would instruct people to argue, how about the price of eggs? They would say, you want to see a Republican lose his mind? Just ask them about the price of eggs. In case you've forgotten, this was their talking point. Then I'll get to the real world numbers.
Donald Trump promised to lower costs. He
Went with
hasn't
the
made
moo-moo,
eggs cheaper. He hasn't made the price of gas
moo-moo
go down. And in fact,
like a
all he's done
Hogwarts
is
moo-moo.
found a way to cut funding for programs that help American
It's a
families,
Gryffindor
middle-class
moo-moo.
families all over the country.
More and more Americans are sharing their concern about egg prices. This hits everyone. Now, those grocery bills, they're not down. They're not level. As you're seeing from the reporting and the prices, they're up.
I don't know about you, but I can tell you, I went shopping last week and I went to look at eggs.
You
It's
went
ridiculous. The price of eggs is not coming down. The price
Not
of
me. I
groceries is
sent
not
my
coming
slave to
down.
do it.
We know we have bird flu, and this administration is
QVC
cutting
shopper.
the folks, the staff that monitor this, that keep us safe, that keep our food safe.
It also doesn't help that the Trump administration has been suppressing new
I
research
don't
on
like
bird
this
flu
girl.
transmission.
Looks like we have everything we need, and with the price of eggs these days, you really can't be too careful.
Eggs now average $2.57 for a dozen, down 60%. Still want to go with that talking point? It may be the lowest price of eggs when adjusted for inflation ever. It's certainly right in there.
It doesn't help their argument, too, when they're saying stuff like, they went into Venezuela and arrested Maduro. Did that lower the price of your eggs? I'm like, well, I don't know, but they're lower.
Yeah.
And that happened, so maybe.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's because
I wasn't connecting the dots.
I don't know if there's causation or correlation, but they're both happening.
I mean, they're both cool. Like a piece of shit was taken out in the middle of the night, and his own Cuban defenders were like, he's in the loo.
Maybe they used a discombobulator on all the chickens.
They could.
Surplus of eggs.
Look, I don't know if they Havana syndrome, some cartons of eggs. I have no idea. The point is, they're down in price, and evil dictators are behind bars, so that's kind of cool. Let's go to housing. Look, there's still work to do. That's one of the slowest things to kind of fix. If you look at mortgage rates, the average right now is about 6%. Biden was around 7.8% at the peak. Across the board, also, there have been some executive orders to try and bring down the prices of homes. We've issued a multi-point plan. Donald Trump, some of the administration may be taking notes because they're doing some things that would make a big difference, barring institutional investors from buying up family homes. Let's look at, this is also a really funny one, by the way, too. And I'm curious to see what happens tonight, because back in the day, the left always used to be on the climate change agenda. Well, AI has really shown their asses, because these people are all invested in AI, and data centers require huge amounts of energy that have to be consistent. Solar and wind ain't going to do it. So even now, it's not really a talking point. Let's just show you. Yeah, we have the montage of all of these environmentalists now saying, actually, we're going to innovate our way out of climate change. You know what we've been saying for decades?
AI for material science, biology, it is a gigantic accelerator. So take whatever green product you think is going to be the hardest to get the zero green premium, rethink how hard that's going to be, because the AI tools are so phenomenal at accelerating all of these paths of innovation.
Powerful AI tools are helping to predict natural disasters, track emissions, to measure how fast icebergs are melting, to clear ocean litter, and even help companies in the mining, oil, and gas industries to decarbonize their operations.
We humans have had the technology that we need to solve this problem for decades. What we've lacked is the political, social, and economic will to implement those technological solutions.
Yeah, well, there have been a bunch of sort of deregulation efforts with energy in general, and you can look at Biden enacting coal regulations that would have closed most of the coal plants within a decade. Trump rolled them back. You look at gas prices, they were at their peak at $5 a gallon under Biden, $2.93 under Donald Trump. You look at nuclear energy, Biden placed some pretty significant regulatory hurdles. We've covered that. President Trump committed billions to nuclear projects, including $2.7 billion for domestic uranium enrichment. Don't worry, we're not Iran. On immigration, this is the big one. People say this administration has done nothing. Hey, there's Melania Trump. I know she's no Van Buren, but she's still quite fine.
Yeah, well, can't all be a Van Buren or a Betty Ford.
Biden, 18 million illegals came into this country, approximately 12 to 20. Let's call it 18 million, the best number that we have. Compared to President Trump, 3 million deportations thus far, 2.2 self-deportations. Then you have about 650 to 700,000 forced deportations. You look at border crossings under Biden, it was about 5,000 a day, down to 245, down by 95% since Biden. People saying there is no difference, there is no contrast, they are not paying attention. They simply haven't gotten their entire wish list. Keep in mind, illegal aliens cost the taxpayers $150 to $450 billion a year, not to mention the crime. I think that for the first time in 50 years, being a net negative migration country is a good thing. Hey, look, you got is that Bessent?
Bessent and Rubio.
Scott Bessent and Marco Rubio, yeah.
And he's a gay guy, but he's a fun one.
He's a homo.
You know, it's fun because in our Bye Bye Biden song, we said something about getting the gays out of the White House.
Oops.
No, they're there. They're just not whack jobs.
Oh my gosh, they put RFK behind. I gotta be behind Bessent. His ass smells. It's a wind tunnel when he breaks it. By the way, I found out that Brian from the Backstreet Boys, the lead singer, he has the same condition that RFK had that changed his voice. Oh. They say it gives out like now at concerts. So he's like, Backstreet's back. All right.
Oh no.
We're back again, asshole. Apparently he did. Fact check that.
Does it stay in like he can sing and then all of a sudden it doesn't?
And then it goes out.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently.
Huh. I wouldn't perform anymore. I'd just be like, I'm done.
What else do we have? Oh, we have, let's look at foreign policy. Brokered peace deals. Israel, Gaza, Israel, Iran, Thailand, Cambodia, Rwanda, DRC, India, Pakistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan. Or as Dave Smith refers to it, nothing. Withdrawing from NGOs, right? The World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accord, several UN bodies, including the UN Population Fund. So, like, there has been a notable contrast. What are you laughing at?
The People's State of the Union, the one that the Democrats are doing, is temporary. They lost connection, so it's not broadcasting.
They're just trying
yeah, there it is.
They lost
The
connection.
People's State of the Union lost connection to the people?
Like the DNC.
Yeah, a long time ago, Stephen.
I'm trying to crime. Let's look at crime, guys. Nothing's been done. Violent crime is at its lowest since 1968. That's when Dirty Harry, I think, came out because people were so tired of violent crime. So it is 21% down for homicide. Lowest since 1900. It's one of those numbers where I don't believe it, so I have to double, triple check it. And I'm like, oh, no, that's true. That's true. That means that it's lower than when we had Hoover towns. Think about that.
Yeah.
Aggravated assault down 9%. Gun assault 22%. Robbery down 23%. Carjacking down 43%.
Whoa, that's a huge one.
It's a huge one. Huge number.
Turns out you can do these things when you try.
Yeah. So
that's all it took.
So my prediction for tonight, what I think is going to be happening. First off, you're going to see a lot of commies not stand up. That's why we have it in the drinking game rules. Which
well, the ones that are there, at least.
Yeah, the ones who are there.
Nobody wants to shake Lutnick's hand. He was walking down the aisle to backs.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's like,
no,
you went to
dude.
Epstein Island, bro.
You got the black spot.
Those backs are familiar enough to him.
Hey.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
By the way, the black spot in Muppet Treasure Island, I was scared of that for years.
Really?
Because it's like the Muppet going like, the black dot, and then it means you're marked for death.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a really creepy Muppet. I was afraid of the Marley Brothers
now I know
from Muppet Christmas Carol for a long time. I thought they were going to come out of the bathroom. So my prediction is they're not going to stand up, and I think that Donald Trump's going to corner them. I think he's going to back them into a corner. So when he talks about immigration, he talks about deportations, I bet you he's going to lay the groundwork with, Lake and Riley, and he'll go through, this person was raped, brutalized, and didn't need to be killed. But these people are now out of the country. He's going to do that, and I think it'll look really bad if they don't stand. I think some of them will, but they just can't help themselves because, as you saw, most of them hate America. They hate America. They love controlling you. So I think we're going to see that quite a bit. I think the fact checks that you're going to see afterwards from CNN, who we will be fact checking, and the rebutting speech, I think they're going to try and say that Americans are still struggling economically. I think they're going to try and point to the tariffs being struck down, which, by the way, there's already a workaround in play. So we're just past the point where anyone can kind of acknowledge success from the other side. And I'm okay with it because I think we have a lot more to tout as conservatives, as Christian nationalists, as American-loving citizens. I think we have a lot more victories. I don't think the left does. I think everything they touch turns to ruin, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not giving credit to the opposing party. Also, Thomas Massey's going to be sitting with Democrats.
Well,
from what I
that may
understand.
be fake news.
It may be fake news?
Yeah,
okay,
it's going
good.
around. So we'll keep an eye on it, but some people said that. In fact, I thought I saw him kind of walking in there.
The response is going to be from Abigail Spanberger, the governor of Virginia. And here's the thing. They're going to try and tell you that this person is moderate, right? They always try and do that. But that couldn't be further from the truth. So let me give you an idea as to how moderate this person is. Her legislative agenda includes, but is not limited to, ending state law enforcement cooperating with ICE. There you go. That's enough right there. I just think she's a traitor. Enacting or expanding taxes on Amazon delivery drivers, other package delivery drivers, firearms and ammo, dry cleaning, auto repair. She banned gas-powered leaf blowers. That's my favorite tool in existence.
It's awesome.
It's a legal FU to the neighbor that I don't like. It's like, here, deal with my problem. It's now yours.
Yeah, I wake up at 3 a.m. to do it.
Yeah, I wake up early to do it.
On a Tuesday. I sacrifice my time.
Yeah, I yell their first and last names.
Oh,
while
wow.
I do it.
I don't even know their first and last names.
Yeah. Well, I learned them just so I could shout it during the leaf blower. But I'm petty and small-minded.
Did you go through their mail?
Not quite legal.
She wants to ban the Electoral College and join the National Popular Vote Compact. I'll be honest, I don't even know what that last one is necessarily.
It would make Trump the president, though.
Wants ranked choice voting. Wants to extend time to collect absentee ballots. Wants to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day. Tell you what, I'll find common ground as long as we can call it Conquered Peoples Day.
Perfect.
Conquered Scalpers of Women and Children Day. Conquered Didn't Use the Fucking Wheel People Day. How about that? She wants to allow illegals to have in-state college tuition rates. And yeah,
out of country gets in state.
She wants
That's insane.
She wants firearm purchase licenses to buy a firearm, raise the age of purchasing firearms to 21, and she wants to, of course, allow individuals to sue firearms manufacturers. So this lady's an extreme leftist. There really is no such thing as a moderate liberal, a moderate Democrat on the national platform anymore. They don't exist. Who would we consider? Shapiro? But even then.
I mean, Fetterman's he's a moderate, but he's not. I don't think he's a speaking type.
No.
Which should we do the 7+1 right now, or what should we do?
No, I don't think they're.
Actually, I mean, they're going to clear the aisle, and Trump's going to come in just a minute.
Think about to turn off the lights, and the Undertaker theme's going to come on.
Predictions of what we expect.
Well, I gave mine. What's yours?
Honestly, I think he's going to hit on everything that you talked about. He's going to tout, like he said, kind of this next 3 years. It's going to be very AI centric for the next 3 years of economic growth. But I think he's going to make his case to the American people about Iran.
Are they introducing him now?
Right here.
Let's see.
Yep.
Bring it up.
The United States.
That's not him.
Yeah, but there he is. Bring it up more, Billy, so we have some juice. All right, bring up the drinking game rules so you guys see it as he comes out.
Who's that not Tim Walz guy?
Anytime Trump lands his anger, says people say or folks tell me. Anytime a communist refuses to stand or clap, anytime Canada is insulted, Gerald gets admonished. Finish your drink. If a chant breaks out, you will hear these dings. Gosh, when I hear people say, I'm not going to vote, he's betrayed everyone who voted for him. And I think this could be Kamala Harris coming out.
It could be.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And people act as though there's no significant difference.
Well, what would she say for an hour?
We've seen that. What she says for an hour can be condensed down to 20 minutes of bad editing and get sued for. We've already seen that train before. Yeah. I think the big thing people need to remember, too, this is 1 year in. Yeah. All of the achievements that we just listed are 1 year into a terrible situation in most of those cases.
Yep.
1 year.
Well, it's also crazy because people would say, well, the president doesn't have control over X.
Always.
The left would always say, but then they would go, well, how about the price of eggs? Turns out that if someone works really hard, you can make a difference.
What about immigration? Oh, I need a bill to hit my desk. I guess you don't.
Why doesn't anyone in legacy media bring up the whole egg price thing? And go, like, remember you guys said that they never, ever have to face accountability, the left. No. They never have to face accountability. Because if someone asked them that, then they would have to acknowledge, all right, the egg price thing was that was our problem. Remember shrinkflation?
Well, they might not have mentioned eggs specifically, but they have been trying to tell us for the last few months that the grocery prices are up.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are people who don't go to the grocery store.
No, they must not.
You gonna tell me the grocery? I have a budget that depends on me being accurate about the budget of the groceries. Like, I know it's not up.
It's true.
Look, if prices were up, if you go to crowdershop.com right now, 20% off the entire site. No promo code needed, just for tonight. Don't get screwed over by this. 20% off. Go to Crowder.
Also, if you're malnourished because of groceries, you can. The only other company, Foundation Daily, the world's best multivitamin supplement. Everything is clinically dosed with clinical ingredients, third-party lab tested, certificate of analysis available upon request. And you get 40% off if you go to Foundation Daily.
Buy the Jew shirt. Buy the Jew shirt.
He's just mad because he didn't think of it first.
Jews and non-Jews alike.
He wanted me to sell every crappy supplement company known to man.
Well, get ready to drink, everyone, because we have to admonish Gerald.
What did he do? The opposite?
Oh, hold on. Say it again. 20% off from now until
Thursday.
They're much more generous than I am. I guess I do get admonished. You admonish the president.
Oh, no. No, how could you?
You suck. How dare you? He
is
the president.
No, admonish. And you know what? Gerald was way too happy about that with the president on screen. That's disrespectful. Admonish Gerald again. Make sure he's on screen. Make sure he feels that echo through his barren soul.
That's 2 drinks for everybody.
Michael Jordan Jew, or is it a Jew trying to get up to the mantle?
I don't know, but your heart looks like the upside down.
I already need a refill, Stephen.
Really? You've never even been playing the drinking game.
Well,
no, I've just been drinking.
Because you've been admonishing me.
Hey, Fetterman wore a suit.
It can't happen.
I didn't know they made him that.
He was just wearing a suit.
I didn't know they made him in that shape.
How angry do you think he is right now?
It hurts.
Including the 3 who voted against his tariff policy.
We also saw him shake hands there with Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, which I've been watching for Democrats whose hands he might have shaken.
What the hell?
I guess he would be the closest to a moderate Democrat, Fetterman, and even then, some policies he's far left. But I will say this, I can respect Fetterman because I believe that he follows his convictions, which, by the way, are somewhat dictated by his stroke, so they may be illogical. But
they lean our way.
It might have made it more logical.
Yeah.
It might have.
If he gets kicked by a horse, does he go back Democrat?
I don't know. Falls down a well?
Yeah.
Name that movie.
Slips on a wet floor.
Evidence
find any evidence of this, Mr. President, you'll see.
So 70 are missing, right? What's the number now?
It's over 70, but we don't know exactly. So we'll see.
Everyone at this table has experienced the difference.
They do that just for the headline.
Face to face.
Democrats boycott State of the Union.
It's a bad headline.
He's behind a screen or saying things in private. Oftentimes, especially in moments like this, he knows the television production elements of it, and he is playing exactly to that.
Just remember, guys, you're going to hear most of the speech. We won't be interrupting as much.
Yeah, we won't be interrupting. We'll be bringing in the fact checks during the applause breaks, thanks to Mission Control.
Like a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court, and like someone with Amy Coney Barrett that obviously came in at the last minute, right before he left office.
Is that
the
bad
last time.
of handwriting?
Yeah, he was after he pardoned before the prosecution even really began of the Democratic Congressman Cuellar. He expressed anger that Cuellar didn't change parties.
Members of Congress have the high privilege and distinct honor of
They're gonna
presenting
applaud
to
again,
you
aren't they?
the President of the United States.
Hoorah!
We don't need any Speaker of the House dolls.
Get fresh
Did you
drinks,
get his credits
boys.
right?
I feel a chant coming on. Right on!
There it is. Oh my gosh,
Hey,
guys.
time to drink.
Finish your drink.
Finish it?
Yeah, bring up the drinking game rules. Finish your drink anytime there's a chant.
I need another one already.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Masvino.
It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Show him some gam. Show him your gam. She's got great gam.
I like how you get the chin like
that poor guy who can't
pause for
stand.
applause.
She's like, I am eye candy, yes?
Yes. They don't even applaud for her. The Democrats sat down for that.
Look at my giant son.
Rex.
Second Lady of the United States.
A name I can't pronounce.
She's Indian, but she's an okay one. Uses the toilet. Isn't that
Not on H-1B.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Yeah, the world should celebrate with us.
Commie's not standing. Drink.
Oh, son of a gun.
Bring up the drinking game rules. Hit
man.
the ding, Billy. You guys got to sharpen this up. This is going to be a lot of commies sitting.
When I last
Haven't
spoke
seen
in
this many
chamber 12 months
old
ago,
commies sitting since the Lemon Party.
Inherited a nation in crisis
Gross.
with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Ah, geez, commie's not standing. Take a drink. Bring up the drinking game rules.
Every applause break.
Every applause where people do not stand. Commies do not stand.
Come on, commies, do it for America. Oh, he's walking out? Is that what's happening?
Goodbye.
Oh, this guy again?
This guy again? Boo!
So easy that guy can do it.
Get out.
And
See how lazy this guy
he
did at the beginning.
We were just a very short time ago. We're not going back.
What a piece of trash.
Today our border is secure.
Chant.
No, I'm not finishing. Okay, if you guys are at home.
Dude, I just chugged one. You guys saw me.
Stay sober. It's suspension of the rules.
Guys, it's the evening stream curse. I have a throat thing, but I'll just take a big
Today our border is
sip.
secure. our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
He said stacked. That's pretty cool.
Stacked, bro.
Stacked like my wife.
They are recruiting numbers at a record high.
Tommy's not standing, guys. You gotta.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Fact check true. Oh my gosh, these commies, what are they, glued to their seats?
They will never stand.
Did someone tie all their shoelaces together?
They don't like strong borders.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
That's huge.
Come on, commie, stand for that one.
You gotta do it.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
No, come on.
Dude,
come on, GOP, chill out.
Bring up the drinking game rules again for people who are tuning in just
Strike
now.
out the commie one not standing.
The flow
Holy
of
crap.
deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Son of a gun.
That's great. Keep cocaine.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born.
He killed a guy.
Substantially before he was born. That's a long
Contributed
time
to the
ago.
murder rate.
He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Wow.
If you'll notice, he says these things while looking to the right, which is where the Democrats are sitting.
Yeah. He's like, oh, look, I guess you guys like murder. Wow.
Just holding their face.
Wow, you love murder in or out of the womb. Okay.
Of over $6 a gallon in some states. Under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster. It's now below $2.30 a gallon in most states. And in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Watch, I guarantee you in the fact check, take a note, they're going to bring that up and say there's one place that may do it with this diesel or with this discount. Yeah. They're going to fact check that one lowest number, not the overall
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
It's not cocky if it's true.
Low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
That's a tough needle to thread.
It is. Got me worried.
And
I
we
just
are
bought
going
one.
to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Watch the fact check guys at Mission Control be taking these notes. The gas one, they're going to fact check and say that many of those are simply pledges. They're not commitments yet. Watch. That's what they're going to do. Cut it in half.
Much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Oh, that's a zinger.
That is
Bring
a
up the
zinger.
drinking game rule.
Yeah.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
That's a double zinger. Oh, the left doesn't want to stand for us being hot?
Oh, they must not like Paris Hilton.
No. What?
It's a 2004 reference.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Josh.
As thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000
Being
new
built like it's
construction jobs
Dexter's
in just a very
basement.
short period of time. It's getting bigger and
Get
bigger
out,
and
DD.
stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
I like how he steps
Now, by the way,
Mike.
if the left isn't standing for this, they're also remaining seated. They want Venezuelans to starve because they were starving.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
They're going to
More
fact check and say
Americans are working
there isn't new
today
drilling.
than
He's
at
only
any
opened up
time
leases. Watch.
in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today, and 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Check all the references. Link in the description. We led with that. We gave you those charts.
I hope he mentions
that chart is
foreign-born.
weird, though, that has private education and healthcare under one bar. I don't know why, but
We ended
we can't control that.
DEI in America.
Do you think they have to stretch before they go into this?
If you're black, you better pay it back.
The DEI is not standing.
Huh. DEI
We
recipients.
cut a
are not doing
record
it.
number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
The left is going to fact check that and say, well, it's because of work requirements, and that's because of ID checks, and that's because of, does he have to work 40 hours a month?
And for all
It's
of
a win
these
to me.
reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Strongest. By the way, back to the benefits. 40 hours a month. You can work, or you can go to school, or
Is it 40 or is it 80?
It may have been 80. 20 hours a week.
Oh, the horror.
Or you can do charity volunteering.
Look, Lutnick is looking to people to give him attention. They still won't look at
Our
him.
country
Like
is
Air
winning
Gross.
again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President.
People are
we're
asking
winning
me,
too
drinking
much.
game rules.
That's
We
also a
can't
zinger.
take it
You gotta
anymore.
laugh.
We're not
That's
used
two.
to winning in our country. Until you
Bring
came
up the rules
along,
really
we're
quickly.
just always losing, but now we're winning too much.
Whenever he says people
And I
say,
say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
oh, I bet you he's going to follow it up with a dig at Canada.
He is fired up right now. Look at him. He's kind of elevating his voice.
He was building to that, and he.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait.
Oh, this is
Turns
cool.
out this.
Chant. There it is.
USA.
Yeah,
USA. The only thing a leaf can do is blow.
Coolest moment of these guys' lives, and people are going to criticize him for it. Shame.
The Dems better be standing up on this.
Isn't that nice to have a champion,
Oh,
sports
are they standing?
champion
Come on,
team,
Johnny.
and they're mostly white guys?
Did the Dems stand on this one?
I like how they came down the aisles like a Broadway play.
Everywhere. Yeah, all the different aisles.
Yeah, is the left standing for this?
By the way, those guys just went through hell.
Oh, yeah.
They were in Italy. Yuck.
I know. All right, cameras.
There's our
Show
hero.
us that smile. There it is.
Dig it, Canada. Come on.
Don't you like how he lets them sit in
They're
it?
sitting. No, hold on. No, they're not.
At least the commies are standing for the team.
Go ahead, take a bow. Is that what he said? The commies were standing?
Oh my gosh, a chant. Finish your drink. Bring up the drinking game rules. I can't do it. All right, I'll do it this once, okay, so you can see.
No, some of the Dems are sitting. Look at that.
Yeah,
at least a couple of rows.
Some are sitting.
You have to finish your drink anyway because there's a chant.
Of a gun.
And I haven't been drinking.
I have a reputation to uphold.
This is gonna get rowdy.
I need a new one.
That's
spicy.
the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually,
That's a
not
zinger.
all of them did get up.
Double.
Fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
And to dig at Canada. Gosh, guys, can you guys at least give this, I don't want to pat myself on the back, the best drinking game rules in existence if you're an alcoholic.
I mean,
if you're a raging alcoholic, like
no,
I am,
yeah.
it's just an indicator of how I'm able to call balls and strikes like beforehand. How did I know? It's almost like I've been doing this since 2006.
Almost.
Shittily.
Done.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah.
He was able to block those shots that I said he should be a life coach to, Kamala.
This is very cool.
Maybe she should have a goalie as good as him.
She took all the shots to the face.
Oh, jeez.
Not good.
Everybody's.
She should learn the butterfly method.
Record number of shots.
Nice.
41 out of 42.
Who does he play for?
That's going to escape me.
Look at that beak.
I think it was 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. Do you practice that,
Winnipeg.
or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
That's incredible.
Awesome.
That's incredible.
And giving it to the goalie, too. The guy who everybody.
Freeing the sport of hockey from those communist Canucks.
Yeah.
Thank you for the refill.
That's a big moment.
Is he tearing up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good for him.
The goalie or Trump?
The goalie looks like he's
Great
fighting
athletes
it.
Huge
have
moment.
got
Can you
that.
imagine?
Very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you all. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
Hey, Noodles, that has to make you happy being a goalie.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Typically, the goal is Winnipeg, the Jets. Funny enough, a Canadian team, but we'll take Manitoba soon enough.
You know what's funny? I bet the Canadian players right now, if they're watching this, if they see this, they're like, "That's so cool."
That's really cool.
That Mark Carney would never.
I mean, all we do is get pied, so, you know.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here
LA.
in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
So we're going to have to get rid of a lot of hobo piss. A lot of hobo piss, a lot of poop, dust mites.
They won't even stand to celebrate the Olympics coming to America.
That just
In
shows
Los
you where the
Angeles.
left
Yes,
is.
in
They
LA.
won't stand to celebrate an American
Los Angeles
sporting
is going
event
to be
or
safe,
American
just
sporting
like
teams in their own city.
Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
I don't like that. I like
and
a
that's a
dangerous
real
walk to
that's
work.
a real accomplishment because
And this
Washington
year,
D.C. has a lot of
I
blacks.
got 'em both.
Jesus.
I got 'em in the first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place, and now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news.
Like Randy Newman said, strange things are happening to me. And I tell you what, USA Hockey, you've got a friend in me.
Our country and the heroes who have kept
And
it
short
free.
people don't have a reason to
Men
live.
like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Those bastards better stand. I'm going to stand.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That one.
Yeah, we'll show them how to do it here.
And he'll never buy a Honda or Toyota.
Please show the Democrats not standing.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you.
Bunch of
Even
them
in
weren't standing.
times of challenge,
Bunch of 'em.
setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of
Did they not stand for him?
1776
A bunch of
has
them.
always shone
Shame.
through very brightly.
Yep.
It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class, and he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to
Wow.
safety.
Insane.
Holy
Men
shit.
could
You
not
have some
all
Democrats who
stand.
aren't standing still.
Oh,
Okay, now they all went up.
Finally, they looked at each other like, can we really not stand?
Someone get these communists some Cialis.
The hell's the matter with these people, man?
Is that a trans person right there?
I don't.
I think it's just
Look at those hands. They could crack a fucking lobster.
your hands could crack a lobster.
Jack, let's do it.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight,
They
Scott
said,
and
wow.
Millie Kate
That was Shane Gillis.
Bring up drinking game
united
rules.
That one
for
in.
the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Yeah, and I love Shane Gillis, but when Trump talked in 2015, that was a whole segment. They said, they tell me.
No, I meant the wow.
Is that the girl?
Yeah, that was in
he
the Trump talk.
saved?
Oh.
Good.
Could be.
You notice also the people being honored aren't freak shows?
No, they're heroes.
Just a small, different thing.
Weird.
Actual heroes that did things.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism.
Wow.
Thank you.
Casey, do you think he's going to...
That's incredible, man.
He's going to tear up?
I think they told him beforehand, but maybe.
God bless you, man.
Oh, yeah.
God bless you, man.
I'd like to have the military aid to please come down.
I already did.
Also, bold move to keep that stash.
Thank you very much.
I feel like he grew it a few weeks ago.
Heroes. Highlighting heroes.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Not identity, accomplishment.
From 1776 to today.
This is what defines you. Your actions, not your immutable characteristics.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
You're right. We turn to the left to thank them. Not a single commie standing.
Oh, bastards. That's intentional.
No, it's very, very observant. Anyone who says there's no difference, I'm very proud that this guy's our president. I'll just tell you. You can say that we're cheerleaders, whatever. I'm so glad he's president and not Kamala Harris. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful.
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we
Mission control.
dead.
Look at Chuck Schumer.
It looks like shit. We gave you no tax on tips, no tax
Looks like
on
Mojo.
overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
They're going to fact check that and say that that's not true. The no tax on tips. It hasn't been delivered. They're going to try and say, well, actually, the Democrats wanted tax cuts for the lowest portion, but the truth is the Democrats, their plans have always taxed the middle class more. The poorest obviously receive a tax relief because they get more benefits.
Deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
There we go. By the way, just a quick shout out to Fragniak on Rumble. Rated our stream tonight, so thank you
Thank you, Fragniak. We appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
That's a guy, right?
Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom
Fragniak
who's
rock.
homeschools her children. Beautiful, 2 children. During the day while waiting
Maybe we can have him on.
night, as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
That's the big difference between the right and the left. The left wants the 43% who pay nothing in taxes to get more benefits. The right wants people who are still struggling but paying quite a bit in taxes to get some relief. They want you to be able to keep more of your check. The left wants you to be able to take more of someone else's check. That's the difference.
Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it.
That high-calorie woman next to her was pissed, by the way.
Yeah, she was. She looked like this white girl. By the way, these accounts are insane. Look into them.
It's named
Awesome.
by a very tall man standing right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man.
And make sure that the
tax-free investment
his speech is going out loud enough,
every
obviously
American
online.
child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
It's insane, right?
When people say, oh, we're spending so much on Israel, not for Americans, that's a donation. That's twice the amount we give to Israel, which, by the way, we shouldn't be giving, I agree. But let's put this into context.
They won't stand.
Nope. This is huge for every American.
Huge.
When I asked Michael
Especially
how
poor
did he make all
Americans.
that money, he said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Dude,
Turns out I found out they don't still make netbooks.
Love the Apple II.
Brad, thanks for shaving.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it.
Yeah.
How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that.
No federal
To make
student
this
loan.
investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. Trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular.
Drink. A lot of people
They knew
say,
what
a lot
was
of people
going
doing
to-
it.
What it was going
Bring
to
up the
take.
drinking game
I'm so
rules for
proud
people
of
who are
them.
new.
I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy. And so
$325 billion
we made deals.
in
The
tariff
deals were all
revenue.
done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong.
I love how he did
That's a
Nobel.
zinger drink.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
All those prizes and so much bullshit.
It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
By the way, I believe he's looking, this whole time he was looking towards the Supreme Court
But the
justices.
good
You just
news
said
is
very
that
unfortunate
almost
ruling.
all
Yeah.
countries and corporations want to keep the
It's a
deal
classy dig.
that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Is that not America first?
By the way, when he talks about those tariffs being used, that's Israel, Gaza, Israel, Iran, Thailand, Cambodia, Rwanda, DRC, India, Pakistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan. Or as the black pill libertarians say, no wars ended because it didn't involve the military, but then they bitch about Iran.
Will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
Ooh, the side eye to the right side of the room.
Yeah. These Eagles. Those guys.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, Everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run.
A managed decline,
Biden
it was called.
and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen.
Wow,
and record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused
Drinking game rules, bring them up.
the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Absolutely.
And people will say this isn't unifying, it's attacking. Now do Obama after Bush. He set the precedent.
I don't even care. It's honest.
It's not dividing. It's telling them to get their act together.
Yep.
They knew
For the American people.
were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
This is a Democrat, by the way.
I will tell you this. I think he has a lot of flaws. I think he believes what he's saying. I think he really cares about the American people.
Yeah.
Is down 60%. Madam Secretary, thank you.
Who's he pointing
Cost
to?
of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent.
And let's be honest, Chuck Schumer, you love butter.
And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down.
When I was out of
And
office,
soon
I
you
said,
will see
"Where's the
numbers that
beef?"
few people
Oh, there
would
it
think
is.
were
It's in Argentina.
to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of
That point is a zinger,
Affordable
guys.
Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%. Like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
Wow. That's a moonshot.
And that's something that if a
Look at
Democrat,
that! Look at that color. He pulled the fire alarm.
We can't stand up, right?
if a Democrat president said that, they would be loving it.
Yeah.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal.
How could anyone be against price transparency?
So big.
They don't want a competitive.
And I did that in my first
Medical
term,
industry.
and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like it's
Yeah,
never
they've got a
happened
website
before.
for that. It's insane.
Also, look at J.D. Vance's water. He thinks someone's going to poison him.
Other presidents tried to do it. But
This is
they
our
never
house,
could.
JD.
They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs.
Fact check true.
Will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest.
You know why I love President Trump? And he has a lot of flaws. It's not enough to be conservative. You have to hate the left. He truly hates
So in my
the left.
first
You can
year,
hear it. You can
second
feel
term,
it.
Should be my third term. But strange things happen.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be the
I took
headline. Should be my third term. The left is going to say he wants to be dictator forever. Watch. That will be a major headline.
To the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more. All available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
He never does.
And that's not with Democrats have done it with subsidies,
right?
Not by comparing with
not by leveraging markets.
First customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500.
Colombian gold.
A reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500.
Nose candy.
Catherine, we are all praying for you. And
Booger
you're
sugar.
going to be a great mom.
You notice she's standing to the left of him and he delivered that to the right. It's so good how he's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Look, he's got a World War II veteran. He's got a World War II veteran right next to a mom. Whoever sort of assigned this seating did a really strategic job.
On Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills.
Everything we
Tonight,
covered.
I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory.
And by the way,
so
that's
that
brilliant.
no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
Hundreds of thousands.
Thank you.
I love making
some of the left are standing for this.
Tech firms paying for their own data centers. It's like AI Swiss Family Robinson. You got to do it yourself, and your kids will be inbred.
Homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
I bought you one.
When people say that all of our government officials are in pockets, whose pockets is he in?
To make it easier
when he
for
says no more
Americans
institutional
to save
investors,
for
people can buy homes.
retirement. And under this
Comment below.
administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
I don't love this.
No, that's a pander that the right always has to do because of the old
always
voting
have
base.
to do it. Yep. I hate
Since
it.
I took office,
You got to fix it.
I think he means that, though.
No, he does.
balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Nancy Pelosi just went,
Exactly.
Well, she's retiring.
So did Dan Crenshaw.
Hey, there's some people on the left standing up. That's fantastic. By the way, guys, make sure you go and support our sponsors. Go to lwcgold.com, see if you qualify for a no fees for life IRA. It's not just the stock market going up. The price of gold has doubled pretty much in about a year and a half.
I can't believe it.
And it's thanks to sponsors like that that you guys match my 401k. Thank you.
That's right, yeah.
Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's...
That old frigid bitch. Is she going to the freezer for $8 a pint ice cream?
Don't screw with my Nancy Pelosi EFT. Come on.
Come on, I made a lot of money from that.
Come on, that's a zinger.
That is really good. I love it.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that.
Is that Omar?
In California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption
My
that
brother/husband said that's not true.
And we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
Yeah. These guys love it. By the way, here's the Nancy Pelosi.
That's a great setup for 2028.
Look at the performance of Nancy Pelosi if you just follow what she does.
Bring it up.
Yep. Jeez. Made a lot of money from that.
Yeah, Toolman actually had an account that mirrored her account.
Yes.
And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception.
Plus, they marry their brothers.
Through unrestricted immigration
and circumcise their women.
Brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Why? Delilah. My.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in Fraud City?
So before you come to break down the door.
Delilah Colton.
There she is.
Was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California.
Of course.
Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
There we go. Cute.
Thank you, Delano.
She's adorable.
Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location.
Zinger.
Tonight, I'm
Drink for
calling
those who are
on
new
Congress
drinking
to
game rules.
pass
Bring them up.
What we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
How can commies not stand for that?
Well, they're already not allowed to have them, Steven.
Wait. No, they gave them.
Why do they sound like the kid from Magic School Bus? I knew I should have stayed home today.
Because that's how they sound to me.
do. Okay, that makes sense.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
That's a zinger, and let's see, do commies stand for that? Show us. They won't stand.
A couple.
What did I tell you? He's going to back them into a corner, and they won't stand for it. They can't help themselves. They hate America.
And Americans.
Yep.
They won't stand for the mom who lost her daughter.
This poor woman. There were a couple men who stood, by the way. A couple men. Have I seen any women that stand?
No. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you.
I just laugh at him referring to himself in the third person. Yeah. It's funny.
Go ahead, drink. There's a zinger.
Yeah. I'll take.
Look, the left is sitting. In other words, that's a protest. The sit. They're saying we want illegals coming into this country.
Have cut off all
that's the empathetic thing to do.
Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably
you know me.
Quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, pretty large snowstorm up there.
Yeah.
One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle.
Challenge.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support.
Oh, listen.
The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Wow. I've never seen this.
Wow.
We're at holy shit. Finish your
There it
drink.
is. What? It's all you
Because
need to
you
know.
just saw the godforsaken demons that they are.
That smile says it all. I knew it.
They
Those
wouldn't stand
sons of
for that.
bitches.
Call them out for it. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
What's wrong with you?
That's my president, guys.
Hell
Not
yeah.
perfect, but
That's what
and
that
I
face
mean
is.
thank Christ. And I don't mean that as using the Lord's name in vain. Thank Christ he is president instead of Kamala Harris.
Listen to what he says after this. He's not done.
No, he's not.
This may be the most powerful State of the Union I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He hates the left.
What other faces is he making? Like,
look at him.
He's
literally genuinely
dumbfounded.
disgusted.
Yeah. Disgusted is the word. Yeah.
Come on, where's the chant?
Not here. Not
Alcohol
here.
poisoning, you piece of shit.
Hey.
I'm an astronaut.
Just an ass.
He looks like he's from Dante's Seventh Ring of Hell.
What an asshole.
Oh my God.
Checkmate.
Oh, yeah, checkmate. For those who have ears to hear, eyes to see, that's checkmate. Piece of shit. He should be hung for treason.
Why are they showing Kelly so much?
He should be hung for treason. Go ahead, quote that. Make it a headline. He should be hung for treason.
Great
Longest
camera work.
ovation so far. Make it sting.
I was hoping for one leftist to get up, just like now.
Well, guys,
Don't we want some votes?
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
Never mind, we want the Browns.
Not standing up.
You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. There we go.
That is why I'm also
Nice
asking
job.
you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the
Look at this dumb
criminals
Seattle broad.
and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country.
Look at those two bitches. You want to tell me that they love America the way Trump does? Fuck them. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
just
Call
there you
them
go.
out. Go ahead. Get angry.
I don't want false unity. I want a
yeah.
very clear line in the sand. These people want to buy votes. Chant, finish your drink.
They hate USA, so they hate the chant.
By the way,
research. Do me a favor.
Good time to
Jayapal,
good time to plug
Jayapal.
Foundation multivitamin made in the USA. Go to foundationdaily.com. Best multivitamin in the world. Full transparency like this administration. These people are evil.
Yeah, but I finished that drink.
Sorry, she came in. She'll bring
They
it.
are. No, I did. She got it. She got it.
In our sacred American elections, the cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant.
He doesn't care.
It's very
Scorched
simple.
earth, baby.
When people talk about a
All
second
voters
term,
must
they're talking
show
about this guy.
Voter ID.
Watch.
Voter ID.
The left won't stand for voter ID.
They're all going to burn in their seats right
By the way, just to give you an idea, we need an ID to buy this. A beer.
Not the mug.
Not the mug.
Must show
You can get that for 20% off right now.
Yeah. Trump 26. Rumble Premium.
If you said that 249 years ago, no one would have batted an eye.
no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
That's it.
Illness or disability, which means the entire to my
This
right.
should be an easy one, and by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Just not the representatives who sit on their commie asses.
They don't represent their people. They represent their party.
You hate the American people, love illegals, hate
Even
voter
the
ID.
communist mayor of New York City. I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot.
Eats rice with his
Bad
hands.
policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification.
Oh, this dickweed likes
Zinger,
it.
drink, drinking game rules.
In America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything
he looks like
else
shit.
happens.
He looks like an anti-Semitic Jimmy Neutron cartoon.
Dude, he looks like a duck that's dying.
He looks like the duck that lost its way. He looks like Jewy Neutron.
He looks like
Boy
They don't want to do it. Why would
DeVito
anybody
as the
not
penguin.
want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things.
Have we ever had a
almost like,
president
what
who calls it out like
imagination
this?
they have.
Never.
They want to cheat. They have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
You know what? And by the way, Nick Fuentes has been on the show. A lot of people have been on the show who say that he doesn't do enough. You tell me that this isn't a different approach and a different tone, and there's no difference between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. All the people who are quote-unquote black-pilled, there's a stark contrast, and I will host anyone who wants to argue otherwise. Respectfully, let's have that conversation, because I just don't understand it. I really don't.
School officials in Virginia sought to
She has a Jackson nose.
transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and
This is not a small
terribly
thing.
for a long time.
This is
But today,
the very
all of that is behind
fabric
them because
of
Sage
America.
is a proud
A
and
child
wonderful
can
young
be
woman
taken
with a
away if the parents say,
full
"That's my
ride
daughter,"
scholarship to
and the government
Liberty
says, "Your son,
University.
my daughter,"
Sage and Michelle
and they don't give her back. By the way, look for the lawsuits a couple years from now from the detransitioners. You're going to see this will be a black
malpractice
mark
is going to be
on
out
the
the
history.
ass.
Yeah. And they can go to places like Minnesota, and it's a sanctuary state for them. You'll
Tim
never
Wall
see them again.
says, "Let's take you away from your
Is it a
parents."
sanctuary from malpractice suits? We'll see.
And
We will
thank you
see.
for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that,
That's a
they'd say,
zinger because it's
"Look at
true.
that.
Drink.
What's wrong with him?"
I gotta use them.
But
They
now
gotta
we
take a
have
leak.
to say it because it's
Go
going on all over.
You served your
numerous
country. You
states
deserve a leak.
Without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
By the way, you can't talk about this in places like Canada. You can't talk
No,
about this.
they're
in
not
places
allowed to.
that block free speech.
They're not allowed to talk about this anywhere outside of the United States, and history will show
Look, nobody
that
says
it is evil.
These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
That's a
Hell
finish
yeah.
your drink. Oh, Ro Khanna.
Smile
Great.
for the cameras, Ro.
Yeah, all those black pillars who say Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna should ally up.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped.
Shut up, you old white bitch.
Didn't we?
Somebody tell me the camera was on me.
I'm sorry, I hate these people.
I know.
They want to take kids away from their parents.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it?
Remember when, what was his name? Something Wilson, who said you lie to Obama?
Over the past
That was a
year,
huge controversy.
she's had an incredible
All they do is
impact
shout
in
out.
AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million
She
to
fine.
launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative.
Just to be
It's a
clear, my lady's
tremendous-
finer, but
still.
Really a
for a
tremendous
first lady,
thing that
she
happened
fine.
and had a lot of bipartisan
My lady's Latina,
support.
she gets jealous, but
She gets much
you
better
fine her, but
bipartisan
you know,
support
for
than I
first lady,
do.
she fine.
I get none, and she gets a lot.
That's okay, right?
Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that.
You both fine.
And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed
It's a strong,
in the future.
long title.
Tonight we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you
Everest
both. and
Nevermont?
Melania, thank you.
And by the way, that's your real name. Also, is your refrigerator running? Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
That can't be real.
Whoa, look at the forehead. You could do a drive-in movie. Stop it, Gerald. You're ruining the fun.
High school's tough.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God.
Yeah. Largely Catholic and Orthodox.
Tremendous,
Let's be honest about that. Protestant church, you failed a lot of people. And I say that as a Protestant.
They don't clap for God.
They hate God. Look at them. Whoa, they hate Jesus.
Young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Candace Owens is fuming.
Yes.
It's a chant.
Candace Owens, look at her belly bump.
Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
Don't agree with that. I reject some and embrace some others. Just letting you know.
We love religion.
Hope that's
and we
okay.
love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zuretska.
Oh, geez.
In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people
That could be your
on
daughter.
the train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror.
The Democrats
on
would do that to your
Irina's
daughter
face
for
as
a
she
vote.
looked up
Let's
at
be
her
clear about
attacker
that.
in the last
For a
seconds
vote.
of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America.
Anyone else just
Came
want to
in
give that
through
lady a
open
hug
borders.
right now?
Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
If the left doesn't stand, please show me the room. Show me the room. Show me the room. Is the left standing for that? We're going to have to go to the tail of the tape afterwards. If there's a single leftist not standing for that, I will personally challenge them to a cage match. Don't laugh.
How do you not stand?
I mean it.
Oh, get him.
How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass
Tommy's
tough
not
legislation
They didn't
to
do it.
ensure that
I don't need a
violent and
cage.
You got
dangerous
takers.
repeat offenders are
hell's-
put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Fucking animals. Animals.
He's troubled, Stephen. Gosh,
What was it? DeCarlos Brown
victim
Jr.
of the system.
Was it 14? Catch and releases. Don't show her. Don't show the fake rape victim.
Get out of here.
And federal law
Nancy Mace.
enforcement
All right, I have to go to that.
to restore
Thomas,
law and
refill
order
this.
to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success. New Orleans,
Mayor thanked him.
Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
Wow, how did that happen? I love it. He knows exactly how that happened.
The left won't stand.
Before the National Guard.
They like that. They like an edgy
fact,
walk to
crime
work.
in Washington
Right, yeah, exactly.
is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100%.
Wow.
From a year ago.
Insane. The party is harder.
Nothing.
Keep doing
That's it. I'll give that a zinger.
You have to drink.
Give every
Anytime we get
opportunity.
one of these,
Yep.
that's got to be a.
One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been.
Who could have called it?
Ooh.
And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged. Shouldn't have been in our
He was
country.
Afghan.
Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Eva Lee. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like her.
These are two people who don't want to be here tonight.
Yep.
Just so you know. They'd rather be at home. They can't be.
So sorry. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
Amen.
By the way, they have the fact check ready at the bottom of the doc.
Yep.
We're going to have that for you, the fact check afterwards, because I know what CNN is going to do. I know what the legacy media is going to do. We're going to fact check their fact checking after this speech and be ready for the rebuttal.
Typical guardsman won't take off his cover indoors. That's a little dig.
Got to give him
Glad he's here. Glad he's here.
I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you.
That's not show him.
What are you doing?
You show that.
I don't know why they're showing the man who's sniffing farts.
It's nice to see he's wearing regular suit. He's not wearing his military suit. His Class A's. It's nice.
Now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by...
Deranged leftists versus military heroes, parents. I love to contrast that.
Presented with the Purple Heart, what he said, which, he would have been presented with otherwise, but maybe not because it's domestic, but still.
It chose to do
very
it there,
nice.
though.
Very nice. Oh, that is a...
Yeah.
You guys don't notice this military officer here, he was hugging the family of the gal who died in the same incident.
She died protecting the very politicians.
Like I've always said, for those on the right believe in liberty, but we also understand the value of duty
We love you all.
and the collective more than the left.
We're proudly restoring safety
We value
for
it.
Americans
We don't
at home,
mandate
and we
it.
are
That's a big
also
difference.
restoring security for Americans abroad.
Value versus
Our country
mandate.
has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny?
Already listened.
Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand.
Zinger.
Pakistan and India.
Armenia,
would have been a
Azerbaijan.
nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia.
Oh, we didn't have that one.
Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan.
And that's a big one
the
for
Congo
those who haven't been following
and
it.
Rwanda. And of course, the war
The Armenian
in Gaza,
people
which
kind of deserve a break.
proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I wanna
Armenians
thank
who are watching, just so you know, my heart goes out to you.
Jared
I
Kushner
get it.
for your help.
I get
Thank
it.
you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Truly, I get it. That was a weak kind of power fist. He was like,
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
Most improved player.
Dude, I want to see the edit of him talking shit at the 2016 debate.
Look, I said he has small hands, but he has huge balls. Huge balls, small hands, big dick. Don't know if you know this, Cuba has the biggest dicks statistically outside of African nations. Fact check, true.
I think our next one
True,
is about
very true.
54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
Yeah, you know what? I agree.
He has been great.
He's been...
By the way, Biden honored some of these people. Bono, Oksana, somebody, Ukraine's ambassador, Paul Pelosi following the hammer attack, and Kate Cox, who was forced to travel out of state for an abortion.
Single hostage, living and dead.
Versus
See the difference?
war heroes.
Returned home. Can you believe that?
Guys, I'm sorry for the drinking game rules. We were two. I'm 3 sheets to the wind.
To be fair, I helped write the drinking game rules, and then you changed them.
I changed them.
To
You guys,
make them
yours
this.
were very... And I was like, no, we have to change these.
Living and dead. And those parents
I regret it.
who had a dead son, their boy, they
You're having a good time.
their boy. They wanted him as much as
Kind of
though
my
he
strong
were
suit.
living. It was an amazing period of time, and they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages
came
and
back.
many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do.
They dug
through
like
bodies
the game.
all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
This is a principle of American military, by the way. Yeah. And I know it's not the same, equivocation, but you never leave a man behind.
Yep.
That's something that we live by in the military, something we should live by as Americans.
Very hard to end the ninth war.
Good point.
The killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened.
Look to the right.
As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
What a cool name for an operation. The military nails it with their operation name.
Speaking of hammer, you wouldn't believe it, but
Noodles.
Speaker Johnson.
I think it's a noodle.
It's almost as big as noodles.
Hey, Department of War loves it.
The policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades.
Noodles is short,
Since
but
they seized control
carries a
of that
large
proud
stick.
nation 47 years ago, the regime
We had
and
an employee
its
shower. That's how we know.
proxies have spread nothing
They call 'em small
but
tree, big
terrorism,
branch.
death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact.
I prefer
He
fricassee
was the
Soleimani.
father of the roadside bomb.
Died like a dog.
And just to be clear, everything that the Dems said would happen after that, all the hand-wringing, nothing happened.
The difference is the
Just
cheers
over the
are
last
for
couple of months with
Americans
the protests,
and what's in the best
they've
interest of
killed
Americans
at
versus
least, it
what is in the
looks like
best interest
32,000
under Biden.
protests,
A very small
32,000
niche.
protesters in
Trans,
their own
LGBTQ, AIP, progress,
shot 'em and
Department
hung
of
'em.
Misinformation.
We stopped them
He
from
is actually
hanging a lot of
acting
them
on behalf
with
of
the
you
threat of
in comparison.
serious violence, but this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue. They're starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
To your point, they're cheering for American strength.
Right.
The left will stand for this. Some of them. Good.
Takes 1 minute.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
By the way, guys, if you are watching on Rumble right now, make sure you head over to Rumble. I'm sorry, if you're watching on YouTube, head over to Rumble right now. You can also download the Rumble wallet and support your favorite creators. Gain true financial freedom. Wallet.rumble.com. Move over there now.
So, also, just to prove the $1 trillion budget, we have no choice. We have to be strong. Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
I want to hear what he does.
We are the strongest, by the way.
We have to say the obvious part out loud, that you can't negotiate peace from a position of weakness.
So thanks to Republican in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and our allies have just agreed
I don't like that guy.
at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 4.
This is not an American win. This is a European win. This is a global win.
It's good for us if we don't have to come to their aid.
No, it is good for us, but it should be noted.
Everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service
Fact check true.
Yeah. How was it doing beforehand when you're doing like 2 mommies and all that other stuff?
Yeah. Maternity stretchy suits for Air Force pilots.
I hope that he personally thanks Pete Hegseth here.
And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of
one time my baseball went over that guy's fence.
$76.
Dog got the ball.
Good. Good.
Guys, the drinking game rules, bring them up. They're out the window.
It's just enjoy yourself.
We told you that they wouldn't. The commies wouldn't stand.
Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the
fact-checking fact checkers is going to be interesting because
we're going to be.
I have not been drinking lately,
and I said, "What's the number? 1,700."
Hey guys, bring Stephen bread.
So wait a minute. For one more dollar, we can have 1,776.
Do your job.
$1,776
I match your 401ks, don't I?
One more dollar.
I already said it on air.
And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it.
I never got to serve under Trump.
That bitch shot her dog.
1776 was great. And we love
1,776 times.
Wrote about it.
Firemen, you know, the firemen don't
Old
get
Yeller
mentioned.
was about her, but she enjoyed it.
We're also...
The Yeller was her, in fact. The left won't stand for $1,776 stipend sent to the military. Oh, now they're standing.
All right.
They didn't stand before. I was wondering if they would ever actually depend on the National Guard for a civil dispute.
In the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely
CIA operative
coming
hates
in
it.
by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to have fishing.
That's
two singers at least.
Come on, guys. Drinking game rules, bring them up.
Cartel
Singer.
kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January,
That's good. Stand for that. That's fair.
Very nice.
Look at the commies. They still won't stand. They love
in
fentanyl.
January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military
stand for
competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything.
A reminder to the
Foreign
world.
leaders, I won't tell you who called me, and they said, very impressive. Very impressive.
Drink. I won't tell you who called me. That's the drinking game rules. They said.
This is a different fighting force than we had years ago when we fought to tie.
I'm dreading this.
It's a great fighting force. I'm so proud
Just
of it.
tiny sips. I'm asking if NAC is anywhere in the building.
Space Force is my baby, because we did that. My baby.
I laughed it off. I was wrong.
Space Force is a big deal.
It is a big deal. I was wrong. I laughed it off. Yeah.
Eric's like, I love space.
Give me some space, he always says.
And
Dad, can I
America's
go to the
armed
moon?
forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
You could line up all the dicks in the world. He couldn't eat enough of them.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved Uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person.
What is this, Mari?
Enrique, you are the father.
You are the uncle.
No way. They dance on your head.
That's very cool.
It's very cool. He basically looks white.
CNN fact check. He's racist.
Yeah. He used epithets on the way over.
He hates Mexicans. Wrong country, bro.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique.
First drinks on me.
Enjoy her.
There were many heroes on that January
daughter
raid
or
to
wife?
capture.
Oh, I thought it was his wife.
Niece.
Uh-oh.
Never mind.
Very dangerous.
We don't need another Omar situation.
But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor.
Here we
Chief
go.
Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters.
A platoon.
Wearing the dog tags. His wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to
rules,
land,
that's a
enemy
singer.
machine
Come on,
guns
guys.
fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter. To deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in.
I bet you the left has to stand for this. Let's see.
God bless him. You know, pilots don't get enough credit. Helicopter pilots don't get enough credit. Too often the credit goes to guys with guns in their hands on the ground. We can't do what we do without the pilots putting us on the spot without a weapon in their hand. God bless him. Thank you.
There's a bit of a medal right there.
Chief Warrant Officer 5, by the way, that he was in charge.
Yeah.
That man's a leader. He was a leader when it mattered.
Chant, I'm not
So
finishing
we have
my
a
drink.
surprise.
You don't care about America, dude.
I can't do my own drinking game rule.
Drink is finished.
Hold on.
I'll finish this.
I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant
Silver Star?
Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the
That's what I thought.
Congressional
Yep.
Medal of Honor.
Yep. Medal of Honor.
Wow. Wow.
Look at him. That guy's so stoic, you can call him Seneca.
Not a single man on that mission would disagree with this.
Right.
It's a far cry from transitioning children who get medals.
You know what the left is going to say? We shouldn't have been there in the first place. We shouldn't have put him in that spot.
They can eat a dick.
Yep.
Some children out there, teenagers, are watching this right now, by the way.
Yeah, and
that's an example to look up to.
That's not a small thing.
Yeah.
That's an example to look up
For them
to.
to go, you know what? If I act with valor, that I'll be recognized. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Good,
thank
you're standing.
you very
Sitting
much,
there.
Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently.
Credit to that woman there too, by the way.
Fort Bragg,
Yeah.
we have it back.
It's not an easy life.
We won
No.
the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. We changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. And Eric will be there.
Likely not medals of honor, but still very cool. That he's probably giving out. I would assume silver stars or some bronze star with valor device on it. At least.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions.
Jeez.
In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight.
I read about
Flying
this.
through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others.
He was told to come back.
Vanquishing his adversaries while
Yeah,
taking
I read about that too.
263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
I mean, it's no Angelica Van Buren putting a Medal of Honor on you, but it's still pretty damn cool.
She's still fine. Objectively.
Still pretty dang cool.
He's like,
He has to.
Hey, do you come with the medal?
Mark Kelly has to. He never did anything heroic.
By the way, this is the kind of thing where up until 6 years ago, every single American would have stood.
Yes. Yes.
So when the left says, let's find common ground, how about you stand for the Medal of Honor?
There you go.
I experienced it as a comic. Just being a veteran. Certain people didn't like you.
Yep. When people say we need to find some moments where we can unify as Americans, these are those moments. So observe those who don't unify under these moments. And it looks like most people are standing because they kind of feel compelled, but there are still a few stragglers.
Sorry. I bet Elon Omar's not standing. And if she is, she's faking it.
Ilhan. Don't you say Elon.
I bet you she'd stand for her brother.
She kneels for her brother.
Her brother stands for her.
Get it, dude? Blowjobs.
Thank you, Eric. Oh. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday. But you know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing. And
Well,
it's an
CNN
honor
fact
to be
check
in
that.
the same room with you.
He didn't deserve a Medal of Honor.
Obviously a joke.
Yeah, no.
Obvious, like no veteran is looking at that and thinking he meant that.
What the left does is they fact check Donald Trump for speaking the way that we all speak at a Thanksgiving table. It's like he says something that we would all say, like, joke, and they go, that's actually not true.
Years is a long time
That
in the
was,
life
in
of a
fact,
nation.
not the best
But in other
broccoli
sets, it's really
cheese
a mere
dip I've
moment
ever had in
in
my
the eye
life.
of
It was,
history.
at best,
The gentlemen we met
top
in
8.
The gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight.
Wow.
Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief
This
chapters,
is about the
Americans
identity
built this
of our nation.
from 13 humble
Yes.
colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history.
Fact check,
Americans
true.
ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside, but that great betrayal is over and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration,
He's hating this.
it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
So really quick, we're going to get to our fact check of the fact checkers. A quick commercial break so we can tinkle.
Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started.
Yeah, we're just getting started. To quote John Lennon, he said, if you lived, I believe the quote was, if you lived during the era of the Roman Empire, you'd want to be in Rome. He was talking about New York City. If this is the era of the Roman Empire, the United States, President Trump is the last Roman emperor. And I know that a bunch of analogies there just kind of converge. We're like, oh, emperor. No, but I'm talking about a guy who is actually an ambassador, a representative of what he believes in, the greatest nation state on earth. United States today in 2026 is Rome. He's the Roman emperor who is advocating on behalf of his people benevolently. That's a very stark contrast from Joe Biden, from Kamala Harris, from advocating on behalf of everyone who is not American. That's the contrast. We'll be right back with our fact check, a word from our sponsors, which is mainly us.
And after Mr. Rogers saved his neighborhood from the fire, he hosted and funded a block party for all to attend.
You know, my neighbor, old Mrs. Whitby, she refinanced with American Financing, saved a bundle.
Oh, that's nice. But what does that have to do with this story right now? This is live. We're on live radio.
Well, they both saved.
Great. In other news, in the latest study, nutritionists say you won't believe what's hidden in your children's lunch meat.
You know, with American Financing, there's no hidden fees.
New studies show...
My wife was hiding things from me.
Studies show...
A separate checking and savings account.
Let me guess. A secret lover, too. Huh? Can I get
How did you know?
A big one?
Was it you?
Oh, everyone saw that dime store floozy for the harlot that she was.
You adultering bastard!
I'm not an adult. I wouldn't touch that broad with his dick. Hey! I'm sorry. You know I like you. It's just his wife's a slut.
You're right.
No!
I'm sorry. I just get so worked up.
What is with... No, don't say it. Fight back. Have a backbone. This is the problem. The reason your wife wants a man that she can have a volley with. You can't have a volley if you're just mush.
I'm still wearing the ring.
Yes, because you're a loser.
This guy can't get it off.
What are you on about?
Fingers got too fat.
I don't know if I feel bad for you or just want to spit on you and move on with my day.
I haven't showered in weeks. That'd be nice.
You know, I never told this story. But one time I actually hit a small boy with my car. Call American Financing today at 1-800-974-6500 or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Crowder. No upfront fees. Close in as fast as 10 days, and you could even delay up to 2 mortgage payments. NMLS 182334.
NMLS 182334. Guys, please go and support our sponsors. They stick their necks out to sponsor us. So obviously True Gold and Rumble Wallet and now American Financing start today, and you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. AmericanFinancing.net/Crowder. 182334. That's the NMLS number that we have to say by law, and we typically have to say it very quickly. We have decided to give you guys more coverage of the speech this year and really focus our time and effort on fact checking, not only the fact checkers, Daniel Dale, CNN, but also the counter speech, kind of the rebuttal speech that we're going to hear in just a minute. But I don't know about you, that is the clearest, most definitive State of the Union I've ever heard a president give, the most combative, it's clearest and definitive. It clearly outlined what Democrats support because he highlighted that they were not standing. And he didn't just like say something and then they didn't stand. That had already happened. He said, stand if, and gave a directive like you're supporting America first. And they didn't stand. And it was the longest ovation that we had up until that point. And he just pointed at this group of people and said they're crazy. That is something that has needed to happen for a long time. And I guarantee you the people right now, Jake Tapper and everybody else there, is not going to love that they did that. So let's tune in and see what they're saying.
Lower than it's ever been. He was speaking to a room full of Republican members of Congress.
Whose fault is that?
Many of whom stand to lose their seats. The president stands to lose part of the power that he currently has in Washington. And I think the speech reflected the way this president often deploys the strengths that he has. Yes, he spent some time defending his own record. He spent some time blaming his predecessor. He spent some time, at least
Democrats.
One of my Republican sources pointed out to me, trying to convince people it wasn't as bad as maybe they feel that it was. But he spent far more time during this speech on offense, right?
Yeah.
Hey, do you have the stinger for fact-checking fact checkers?
I do. Inflammatory
Let's hit it.
In some cases.
Tweet check. Fact Trump. Trump fact check tweet. Fact check. News.
Volume.
Stand and clap if they
Love you.
supported American citizens. That is where this president
We're
often
beer all-American.
tries to project strength, and he did it again tonight.
And for those at home who are wondering what exactly happened when Congressman Al Green, Democrat of Texas.
No, we weren't wondering. He's a piece of shit. We know.
Yeah.
Saying, quote, black people aren't apes, in allusion to the
Right. We all know that black people aren't apes,
I guess
right?
you must have heard like Donald Trump go, and let's give him the Congressional Medal of Honor. Also, black people are apes.
Well, this is about the meme.
The Obama meme, yeah.
Sadly, in my view, most Americans live in their silo, and so people watch this from their perspective of choir practice for the most part.
Thanks for telling America how America lives.
Into this speech. His approval
A
rate
lot of
overall
people
is
die in silos. They fall in and they can't swim out of the corn.
Too much wheat. Republicans, because the midterm year, his approval rating among Republicans is down some too, from 90% to 82% in our most recent poll. I would not be surprised at all if he helped himself there. That's not enough. That's not enough. One speech is not going to change anything. But the Republican Party needs its base enthusiastic heading into the midterm election year. And there was a lot in the speech from the president, both from a policy perspective of what he's done and what he's trying to do, and the few skirmishes he had with the Democrats. That if you're trying to get your base to say, okay, I've been sort of pulled back. Washington's too loud. I don't like the fighting. I don't like a lot of Latino Republicans I talk to. I don't like seeing ICE in the streets of America. You might get a little bit of them.
Yeah, except the polls don't reflect that.
That's important about tonight. He nailed the Republican base, brought them back in the fold with a solid message on the economy, on immigration, on his foreign policy. That is the work he had to do. And that also brings over a lot of independents that are similarly minded to what Republicans.
This guy should be trying to tell me to get the ring on the bottle at a carnival.
And will be very instructive and important for the midterms. But between now and the midterms, he has to maintain his control of Republicans on the Hill. He did that and did that in spades.
By the way, the Democratic response will come up in just a few minutes. They always take a little bit of time to prepare. We're going to go right to it, obviously.
Do you have some of the quick fact checks?
So basically, it was just the $18 trillion in investments. We couldn't really find where he's getting that number from. 9.7 is the U.S. and foreign investment kind of commitments. SNAP, 2.1 million people are off of food stamps because of the new requirements, like we talked about, the 80-hour work week, age range,
month.
18. I'm sorry, 80-hour work month. That would be hard. I'm sorry, I meant normal Americans.
Yeah.
You know, with their 80-hour work weeks. And there's
that's a drink.
People have to drink.
That's a drink.
Tim.
No. People get to drink.
Or
Gerald.
soul. I'll take my bottle of wine now so that I can pour it here. All right, so the Trump tax bill, I can pour and talk. Every tax bracket will save money on average $2,900.
Watch him next. He'll walk and chew gum at the same time.
I can breathe and talk at the same time, too. You know what? You did do that.
Hold on, Anderson Cooper. He sucks dick.
Go.
The way that he wants to see the country may not be where the country actually is or where the country sees itself.
Yeah, deporting illegals, protecting Americans,
celebrating heroes.
Game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented to
game
really,
show type moments.
Bring
Thanks for reducing a Medal of Honor recipient to a game show winner, you fucking bitch. Sorry,
that's okay.
That was a little,
okay. Do we have the list of medals that Biden gave out? Because here's the thing: does this exist in a vacuum?
Yeah, Biden's medals were a carnival.
Yeah, did President Trump give medals to people who historically, in line with the United States, would warrant medals versus kids transitioning, versus assistant health secretaries who look like Dee Snider? Let's be really clear. Everyone gives out medals. What are you giving them out for? That was like you see that pop? That was like a pretty lady pop.
This is the counter. This is their version of Kid Rock.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Live fact check, guys.
In 1705, the people of the Virginia colony gathered here to take on the extraordinary task of governing themselves.
Oh, they didn't have your ideas in
There was
mind.
a Declaration of Independence, a Constitution, or a Bill of Rights.
You don't believe in
There were
independence?
people in this.
You believe in welfare.
The people who served here ultimately dreamed of what a new nation, unlike anything the world had ever seen, could be.
So why do you want to be like
The
failed
United
Europe?
States
Which is
was
what we are, by the
founded
way.
on the idea
A nation
that
like
ordinary people
no one's ever
could
seen.
reject the unacceptable excesses of poor leadership, band together to demand better of their government, and create a nation that would be an example for the world.
Look at her. She's so self-satisfied. She's like, An example for the world.
As we celebrate 250 years since America declared our independence
and you hate
from
all of
tyranny,
it. You want to erase it in the history classes in public school.
we reflect on the current state of our union.
Can you tell me one part of history that Democrats are proud of American history? Can you guys name me one part?
Civil rights.
Yeah, that was Republicans.
Oh, shit.
So let's speak
Civil War.
plainly and honestly.
Republicans.
And let me ask you, the American people watching at home,
You're a good
3
foil.
questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family?
Yes.
Is the president working to keep
Well, it is.
Americans safe both at home
It
and
is
abroad?
safer.
Yes.
Record low
Is the
crime, record
president
low illegal
working
immigration,
for you?
record high deportations.
As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of
I
Virginia.
lied my ass
You've been
off.
governor for less than a year and you're doing this?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Costs
They're
are
trying to
too
prop her up.
high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced
come on.
American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered, farmers
what year?
have suffered, some
That's
losing
over
entire
$340 billion a
Every
year
day
in revenue
Americans
generated from tariffs
are
and
paying the price.
tax cuts and
even though the
much lower inflation.
They're okay with tariff.
4 days ago,
Tariffs affecting Americans, but not taxes. That's fine.
Right.
Tax out the ass. It's okay.
Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you.
Oh, you hate
and your
taxes
family.
now.
Oh!
And Republicans in Congress?
By the way, on tariffs, you can just buy something from an American company.
Yeah, the difference is tariffs give you an option, taxes don't. It's mandate versus choice. Mandate versus investment.
Gerald, or you could buy things like a non-American company, like a Toyota.
It's true.
That's made in America by American workers.
Championed by the president
Which is
and
encouraged
Republicans
and
in
fostered
Congress.
through tariffs.
And tonight,
I
the
see
president
point, yeah.
celebrated this law, the one threatening rural hospitals, stripping health care from millions of Americans and driving up costs
Because they're
in
too lazy?
energy and housing, all while
Except
cutting
energy costs
food
are down and
programs for
healthcare
hungry
costs are
kids.
trending downward.
But here in Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs
To abort
and
already
make
born
the
babies,
Commonwealth
yes.
more affordable.
By the way, every tax bracket will save money. New tax cuts, $2,900 per family.
By the way, she looks like the witch in Robin Hood.
Focused
She does.
in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night. Problems
Tranny's
that
taking a
dictate where
dump in
you
the Target
live, whether
bathroom.
you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you
Correct.
and your
Yes.
family?
Yes.
We all know the answer is no.
Is yes.
What?
I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse. and my
$5
father was a
per
career
dozen
law
eggs to
enforcement officer.
$2.50.
I began my career by
$5
following
per
in
gallon
my
of gas
father's
to
footsteps
$2.50.
as a federal agent working money laundering and narcotics cases.
I bet.
I work side by side with local and state police to keep our community safe and to uphold and enforce the law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a
You're a
unique
white liberal
responsibility
governor.
to
The
do
only
the
thing you're
serious
keeping
work
safe is the snatches of
investigating
sluts.
crimes, comforting victims, and
Not even
making
then.
arrests. It's about building trust.
It's interesting
and
because you had a
that
different
requires
message
an
about
abiding
the
sense
law
of
enforcement in
duty
2020.
and commitment.
Defund the
There was
police.
a
something like
different
that. Yeah, that's right.
message from
Defund the
Democrats in
police.
2020.
Yes, yes. Social workers, no police. Yeah.
Poorly trained
Ask the
federal
cops, they'll
agents
tell you.
into our cities, where they have arrested and detained American citizens and people
Incorrect.
who aspire to be
Not a
Americans.
single one. Not one. Not one. Not one American citizen was arrested and detained for any significant period of time. Illegal aliens, murderers, rapists, yes.
Those who broke the law as American citizens and got in the way, yes.
Yeah.
You break the law, you get arrested.
Don't kick out an officer's taillights. Don't run over an officer with your car. You're safe. Those are the only two examples they have. The only two. The only two.
investigating murders, crimes against children, or the criminals defrauding seniors of their life savings.
Crimes against children? You mean like
Our
ICE
president told
rescuing
us tonight
trafficked
that we are
kids?
safer. Because these agents arrest mothers and detain children? Think about that.
Oh,
Our
I've thought about it.
broken immigration system
I've
is
thought
something
about
to
it,
be
and,
fixed, not an excuse
fuck you,
for
bitch.
unaccountable agents to terrorize
okay?
our
Yeah, it's
communities.
okay with me.
We gotta fix it, guys. How would you fix it? You guys were in power, and you didn't.
After working in law enforcement, I continued
They have
my
no
career
quarter.
of service as a CIA
I told you
officer.
guys the law of
Working
contrast.
undercover
She's in the
to
she was a
protect the
CIA
United States
officer.
and
So I trust her.
from
Are we
global
being
threats,
punked right now?
So I trust her because she was in the CIA.
terrorism, of adversarial nations around the globe. But as the president spoke of his perceived successes tonight, he continues to cede economic power and technological strength to Russia, bow down to China, bow down to a Russian dictator, and make plans for war with Iran. Here's the
Well, hold on a
truth.
second. But that's an unholy alliance, is those three. That's our primary concern. You crazy
Our
bitch.
nation's most serious positions. Our president has endangered the long and storied history of the United States of America being a force for good.
What?
So I'll ask again.
Wow, this is
the president
anti-American.
working to keep Americans safe, both at home and abroad? We all know the answer is no.
Abroad where?
In his speech tonight,
No,
the president did
approve
what he
the
always does.
approve the Nord
He
Stream
lied,
2
he
pipeline.
scapegoated, and he distracted.
Just let's
And he
allow
offered
Europe to get their
no
energy from
real
Russia while we
solutions
send
to our
hundreds of
nation's
billions of
pressing
dollars to
challenges.
Ukraine as we
So
fund the
many
war
of which
against Ukraine.
he is
She wants us to go the Democrat route. Got it.
He tries to divide us.
Understood.
He tries to enrage us, to pit us against one another, neighbor
You did.
against neighbor.
Your party did by not standing for war heroes.
No, Stephen, he did try to upset us when he gave those medals of honor out.
Right.
He did try to upset us when he told us about the Coast Guard. Pissed us off with all the veterans.
Right. My mistake.
Unprecedented.
My mistake.
There's the cover-up of the Epstein
My
files, the
mistake.
crypto
Takes a big man.
scams, cozying up to foreign princes for airplanes and billionaires for ballrooms, putting his name and face on buildings all over our nation's capital. This is not
The
what
one
our
that's
founders
safer?
envisioned, not by a long shot.
How many buildings have Trump's name on them in D.C.?
Well, just the things that his private hotels.
So
By the
I-
way,
I
thanks
feel
for
like it's
Agent
zero.
Life Media Group. You guys rated us and also Leak Project for rating us as well. Some just random people rating us. I didn't know
Thank
you
you
are.
very much.
Here's the special thing about America.
See how easy it is to
On
rate
our
people? Weird.
250th anniversary, we know better than any nation what is possible.
You don't know what
when
it's like to be
ordinary
a
citizens,
deputy.
like those who once dreamed right here in this room, reject the unacceptable and demand more of their government. We see it in the determination of students organizing school walkouts all across the country, whose voices
Students
are
who are
becoming
forced
so
by their
powerful.
faculty.
Ignore the Medal of Honor winners who landed choppers in war zones. Pay attention to the 14-year-olds with blue hair who don't want ice. They walked out. They walked out.
Temperatures to carpooling children to
Please
school
tell me her husband walks
so
on
that
stage
their
and slaps her.
immigrant parents are not pushed
I don't know
away
if
from
she
them
has one.
in the parking lot. As a mother of 3 school-aged daughters, I am inspired by their bravery, but I am sickened.
They're not
that it is
brave, they're
necessary.
kids.
And
Give them medals of
Americans
honor for their
across the
bravery.
country are taking action. They are going to the ballot box.
That's
to
bravery,
reject
whatever they did.
this chaos. With their votes, they are writing a new story, a more
They want to
hopeful
reject this
story.
2.4 inflation. They want to reject this GDP growth. They
By
want
the way,
to.
she actually took 50,000 allegedly from a CCP linked tycoon, and she has the nerve to say that Donald Trump is bowing down to China.
Shut the fuck up.
Really?
Bitch, get knee pads.
Something different. Our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and everyone in between.
You can get them off Temu.
Because they knew as
There you
citizens.
go.
Not with the tariffs.
And I hope they don't work very well and your knees are sore.
And that they didn't need to be constrained by a party or political affiliation. This is happening
beer tastes like
across
wet
the
dog.
country. New Jersey elected Mikey Sherrill as
Shepherd or
governor
like
in a double-digit victory.
Could be.
Blah, blah, blah. By the way, Online Bigot Radio EH also rated us. That's the last one.
Thank you very much. Let's write all of them down.
I love the applause. That was on a quick.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Go on.
We're on a time frame here.
Ordinary Americans
What is her
are
pin?
stepping up to run in the spirit
It's probably a state-related.
If there's any Army veterans watching, is that the Pathfinder badge?
for their neighbors and
Is she a Pathfinder?
I know the story well. I first ran for office.
No
in
more beer for
2015
Josh.
I fancy myself more of a
alongside
forerunner.
Other Democrats.
It looks like a Pathfinder
Seemingly
badge.
impossible.
It does kind of.
Flipping 41 seats in Congress. In my case, I was the first Democrat elected.
She's only
in
talking
50
about herself.
years,
Yeah, there it
swinging
is.
our district 17 points.
A little bit. She's not talking about
Those
their
who are
vision for
stepping
America.
up now
None.
Because they don't have one.
will
Their vision
win
is
in
we don't
November.
like Trump.
Because
Yes,
Americans,
that's it. Orange man bad.
At home, know you can demand more. And that we are working to lower costs. We are
How?
working to keep
Yeah,
our
but you had 4
communities and our
years. You
country
raised them.
safe,
Yep.
and we are working for
You had 4 years.
We are
you
working
raised
with
costs.
you.
Record number of illegal aliens coming into this country. Record number of amnesty. Like everything you've done, we can see.
the possibility of, quote, cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men rising to power.
Well, in this case, women.
In
But
this
he
case, I guess
also
we need an
encouraged
unprincipled
us,
woman.
all Americans, to unite in a common cause, to move this nation forward.
Toward
That
18 million
is
more
our charge
illegals,
once more,
no
and
voter
that
ID,
is what we are
right?
seeing across the
Ranked
country.
choice voting,
It is deeply
right?
American and patriotic to do so, and it is how we ensure that the state of our union remains strong, not just this year, but for the next 250 years as well. Because we, the people, have the power.
Yeah, because you share a
to make
vision with the
change,
founding
the power
fathers.
to stand up for what is right, the power to demand more.
They would
of
have
our
said, I
nation.
say, why do you give that bitch a podium?
With their policies, 250 years from now, you won't have America.
Virginia, and may God bless the United States of America.
I get it, by the way.
Really quickly, let me just tell you. So this, according to The Guardian, is supposed to be the moderate version of Democrats. I'm serious. The moderate version of Democrats. I'm going to get up here and talk about me. I'm going to get up here and talk about my state. A little bit of that, I guess, is warranted all the time. It's your moment in the sun. But then you laid out no plan and talked to us nothing about the 4 years of Biden that was an absolute failure.
No, she said.
Also, let's go further. 8 years of Obama.
I'm just giving them the 4 years.
I'm not arguing with you, Joe. We're friends.
100%. Same team.
She said, we're going to work. We're going to work hard for these things.
For the American people.
That's what we're going
by
to do.
letting
We're
in illegal aliens.
going to
That's
work
how
hard
we
by
do it.
turning down every bill that comes. Yeah, we're going to work for the Americans.
That's exactly what I expected to hear.
I get it,
Nothing.
by the way.
Nothing.
This whole thing, I was like, who is this lady? I was like, who is this lady? She's the governor of what? Virginia? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I guess she's been in for less than a year.
Yeah.
Why is she? Because she's so new to her position. She's impressionable. One. Number two, Virginia.
CIA.
They did it in Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg.
This is
all a stunt, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to have Nancy Pelosi on CNN. I hope she wears an African scarf.
She will.
Brought up the Epstein files.
I hope she's drunk. Who's drunker, Nancy Pelosi or me?
If she held the audience on television, which is another challenge after the president speaks, to say, just give me a minute to pick on a few things.
Steven's drunk, guys. Tell your friends. Everybody tune in.
No, don't tune in.
Yes, tune in. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, that's the best Tucker Carlson laugh I can
I'm
find.
not Catholic, but I gave up drinking and sweets for Lent. And then I was like, I'll break it for tonight, and it was a bad idea.
Dude,
But hey, Foundation Daily.
a deferred mortgage payment.
By the way, if you want to support this show, if you're not a Rumble Premium member, do you take a multivitamin? Take the best one in the world. FoundationDaily.com. You get 40% off. Everything is lab tested. If you take a multivitamin, take this.
It doesn't keep
clinical
you from getting
doses
drunk,
of clinical ingredients. Period.
Without it, I would have a terrible hangover tomorrow.
No, it won't help a hangover. But it will
I was told it would help.
fill in the gaps.
You're screwed, Josh.
Actually, the curcumin turmeric is good for your liver.
gonna
Hey,
go
look,
back
Abby
and
Phillips,
tear these
she's a
guys
bitch.
apart.
The president's message was on display tonight. You have a president who thinks that
Oh,
everything is
shoot.
going well on the economy, but the other part of his message, I think, is highly divisive. It has you're
Because
talking
you
about
say so.
culture war stuff, trans children, and what he claims to be
A real person
forced
story?
sex changes
It's
in
divisive
schools.
to say
He's,
children shouldn't transition.
villainizing
That is the left.
The
When
message
people
from the
say there is no
president
difference, remember, Abby Phillips said it's divisive to take aim at trans children, when Donald Trump said parents won't lose their kids for not transitioning them. We're saying the same thing.
We'll see how divisive it is when there's 1,000 malpractice suits in 5 years.
But also on some of these more.
Yeah, but these are pretty standard Democratic themes, frankly. There's nothing new on earth there.
We're going to talk more about this. I just want to go to Jake right now. Jake, thank you so much. Well, we have a special guest with us here. I want to bring in Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, who is
my portfolio octupled in the last 4 weeks.
You have sat through a great number of State of the Union addresses, some of them behind the president.
You acted like a child.
What was your reaction to what you heard this evening?
Someone waterboard this bitch.
Let me say that I think that Governor Spanberger did a remarkable job just insisting
all
on
4
reading
minutes.
A speech that someone else wrote for her?
We have to do when we're dealing with this president. I thought the speech was lazy. It's one thing to acknowledge patriotism and people getting well and everything.
Which you don't.
Absolutely nothing to do with their courage or the rest. But you spend an hour and a half doing it. What is the state of the nation? Okay, so I have a few things to what I was going to call her by her first name, but what the governor said.
Spanberger,
I thought she just really hit it out.
She doesn't remember her name.
Nope. He started off with BBB, his big beautiful bill, which is of course disgusting and ugly. He talks about.
I thought it was big beautiful babes.
Why? Substantiate your view. Why?
$1 billion out
I don't like it.
half $1 trillion out of Medicare in his BBB, and $1 trillion out of Medicaid, which is a health benefit for many.
Are you talking about work requirements?
In the country as well.
Are you talking about?
What was sad for me was to see when he talked about how many people he took off of SNAP food program for children and the rest, that the Republicans just.
You mean
stood
no
up and cheered
Coca-Cola
for not
or
feeding
Fanta
kids.
on SNAP?
That's great. And all of that.
Is that what you mean?
To give a tax cut to the richest people in America. No. Food out of the mouths of babies.
Everyone was
people
taxed more. The Biden
millions of
administration.
people off
Everyone.
Medicaid to give it to them. Okay, then he goes on to.
She can't finish a
some
thought.
foreign
Let's watch.
After drifting and all the rest.
Drifting.
Some foreign policy. Did he spend a sentence and a half on Ukraine, where democracy?
Yes.
Oh my God.
More than that, actually.
So you want to advocate for more money for Ukraine? That means he's not pro-America. If anything other than a blank check for Ukraine, got it.
But his occasion, as I said in that picture in the
He did mention Ukraine. He mentioned how Europe wasn't helping enough with Ukraine. How Europe wasn't paying their amount due to the NATO to NATO.
Yeah, but they were
to be able to
supporting
help with
Russian
stuff
oil.
like that.
Oh,
Madam Speaker,
energy.
so
Sorry.
much obviously, number one thing that people take away from watching the State of the Union is the president.
Also,
But
Indoctrination
people are also
Stream rated
watching
us.
for
Thank
the
you very
reaction
much.
of the
Thank you very much, Indoctrination Stream.
Your
Thank you.
leadership warned the caucus not to have any outbursts, not to take the bait. There was a moment where a couple of members did not, more than one moment, but I wanted to play one of them for you when a couple did not heed that. Just watch.
And enact serious penalties for public officials.
A couple.
Who block
2 Islamic traitors. One who fucks her brother. The other one who's just a
Seattle.
The other one who's a Guess Who character.
the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
That was hardly noticeable in the room. It may have been more noticeable.
What?
Then also, when he started talking about corruption,
I love martinis.
Members were saying, "What about you? What about you? What about
Yeah,
you?"
what about the $19 billion in Minnesota? Want to address that?
Outburst in that, actually. I don't think that.
I can get over the fact that she said it was hardly noticeable in the room. It was so noticeable that the President of the United States stopped his State of the Union to address it, and then cameras went to it.
There was one moment, Madam Speaker, where he called you out specifically around, of course, congressional stock trading.
Let's talk
What do
about
you
your
say back to
portfolio.
I say back to him, as that's what members said. Look at your own self.
By the way, fact check. Can someone bring up his net worth gone down? Can someone bring that up? He actually sacrificed something. Yeah, he was wealthy. Yeah, he was a billionaire. He's one of the few people who went into office, took a pay cut, and saw his net worth go down to serve the American people. That's objective.
He's always said that he wanted money. He was a business guy. That's all he was until he became a politician in 2016. She's been a politician her entire life and made more money on the stock market than Trump probably did by the margins.
Depending on what the bill is. I mean,
it definitely went down the first term. This term it may have gone up, but he's been doing a lot of business deals prior. So
had put forth, we thought it could pass, but that was clear.
It's gone up by $3 billion this term.
Make it to the House and the Senate.
Mostly due to, I think, his coin that he put out before becoming president.
You're paying attention to him. What I'm
I don't know. Lane's going to let me know.
Is our democracy, which he is destroying, even in the 250th year anniversary. But we saved the democracy at the kitchen table.
Destroyed them? Why are we having midterms, dumbass?
Working families with their costs, taking down the cost, not by giving tax breaks to the wealthiest people in the country, by making
4
healthcare
years of
more
Biden.
expensive for them.
How did the costs do?
Well, hold on. Go back to what she said. Not giving tax cuts to their $2,900. Every single tax bracket will save money. An average of $2,900.
Freed him. He had been convicted.
They're pandering to
just lying. They're not
the
pandering.
bottom portion, 43% who pay nothing in income taxes. They'll see a benefit. And the big tech oligarchs. Everyone else in between, if you work and pay taxes, whether you are a construction worker, an electrician, a tradesman, or a small business owner, or a low-level millionaire, you will do better under Trump. If you are a non-contributing zero or a big tech oligarch, Biden is your guy. The Democrat Party is your guy.
She says these things all while wearing gold pearls, which I didn't even know existed until now.
Do clams make gold?
But it did actually not.
No, she had them made.
Jeffrey Epstein during that speech, despite the fact that there were some survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's in the chamber.
Many were.
What did you make of that moment?
Well, it was again, I don't even know if that was State of the Nation speech. You know, it's in the Constitution that the president shall send a statement of the State of the Nation. It doesn't. It can only be it can be in a manila envelope. It doesn't have to be a speech, but it's become a speech.
Oh.
But he ignored the State of the Nation, and the State of the Nation is about our integrity as well. Freedom of the press.
How many times did Nancy Pelosi call for the Epstein files to be released under Biden? Can someone fact check that?
Zero.
I'm willing to bet zero. And by willing to bet, I mean I know it's zero.
Check the videos of people asking her and her running away.
Conversations with the survivors.
I just spilled water all over
and with
myself.
other people
100%
who
zero.
have been survivors
Don't worry.
in the community. And that's why
Looks like you just got out of the shower. You're fine.
Are so insistent that
Only
this
fans
thing
in an hour.
has continued. But the fact that he didn't mention it shows
I'm about
his
to smash some
vulnerability,
pumpkins with my
his
feet.
exposure in all
There's a
of
niche.
this.
Madam Speaker, before you go,
Madam Speaker,
this is your
what's
last
she Speaker
State
of?
the Union address as a member of Congress. I have covered a number of ones that you were the speaker for,
Including the
and
one
I
where you
wanted to
tore
show
up the
you a
speech
couple
given to you
moments,
like a child.
that stick in our minds from your being House Speaker.
Unlike the
during State
hammer
of the
stuck in
Union
your
address.
husband's
Take a
ass.
look.
And tonight I have the high privilege and distinct honor of my
Yeah,
own
she shed all over him
as
too.
the first president to begin the State of the Union message with these words. Madam Speaker.
So we made.
Oh, my youth when I was 66.
Yes. Hey. Show the tearing up of the speech. Oh, you did. Good. Good. The old bag.
I'm proud of that.
What a bitch!
Along with my Rafiki scarf.
So those moments, I mean, that when I think about you presiding as Speaker, those are actually
How
the
giddy
two
she
moments.
is.
That moment of real grace from President Bush, and that, shall we say, tense moment between you and
Grace
President
under
Trump.
President
And I do
Bush.
think it also
She
shows
said he was a war
the
criminal
degradation
for Guantanamo Bay and waterboarding.
politics
You guys can go back 2008 with a blue bedsheet background. I did a sketch where I waterboarded myself as Nancy Pelosi, dressed as the Joker and Tyler Durden.
Did you have some heavies?
This was in 2009. She undercut George W. Bush at every single turn. And now they want to go back then when we were unified. It's always a lie. It's always based on a lie.
Always.
would have a nuclear agreement with Iran. He turned that around. He rejected that.
Yeah, because Iran was doing.
Iran rejected that.
No, we were peaches with Iran. Ignore the death to America chance.
It's so ridiculous. It's so inept. It's so below the quality of leadership that our country is used to. 250
Think about that. What she's saying, the quality of leadership that our country is used to is Joe Biden, who couldn't remember where he was or walk to the podium himself. The quality of leadership that we were used to was Joe Biden's wife saying, "You answered the questions. You did good."
Right.
She wants to gaslight you into believing that that was America's golden era.
This is the same lady who's responsible for the riots of January 6th, by the way.
Sean Duffy, Secretary Duffy, going into tonight, CNN's most recent poll has the president's approval rating at 36% overall, even lower among independents. I think a record low, career low, 26%. What do you think he did tonight? What do you think he said tonight that might help those numbers improve so that he has more support among the American people?
Is there anything in the fact check that I missed?
Right? So he secured the border. He's brought gas prices down. He talked about no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security.
Dems voted against making no tax on tips law, I believe.
Real wages are up. So he laid into his record that I think the American people can agree with. But sometimes when you win on things, Jake, as much as the president has won, the American people go, well, what's next? And I thought he did a nice job tonight talking about the Trump healthcare accounts, Trump RX, where you can bring down your medication costs because of most favored nations, where no other country is going to pay less for health care than the American people
do.
Which
is crazy that was happening before.
I think that was a real positive, as well as giving money not to
you could just write an executive order and fix it.
Also leaning into the price of homes, where we're not going to have Wall Street firms buy up single-family homes, driving up the cost so Americans can't afford them. All policies I think they care about.
Americans did want to hear from him about the cost of living and the economy. As you noted, he had some proposals, he touted some accomplishments. Some of them weren't quite so true. Here's a bit of what he said.
Remember, Jake Tapper was once considered, my God, an objective journalist.
And its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country.
Watch them try and finagle this.
It was actually worse in 1812.
Inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years.
Well, at one point we had shanty
the
towns.
lowest in 4 years and falling fast. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts. The state of our union is strong.
So, just in point of fact, the president didn't inherit the worst inflation in U.S. history from the Biden administration. It was high during the Biden administration, but by the time Trump got it, it was down significantly, about 3%. He continued to call affordability a lie. Americans are still concerned about, I'm coming to you 1 second, about the cost of living on a daily basis. I guess the question is, do you worry at all that President Trump is falling into the same trap on economic messaging as President Biden did, in terms of
not being able
telling
to speak?
people not to believe their lying eyes when Biden was touting Bidenomics?
Yeah, no,
which you touted too until you wrote a book.
The results of President Trump. Yeah. So again, you have to remember, during the Biden era, those rates were, or inflation was up at north of 9%.
Sure. Guys,
President Trump has brought them down.
And I appreciate him trying to make the case. Let me make it really simple for you. Barack Obama, average wage increase about $1,000, $1,200. 8 years. Donald Trump, $4,000. Biden, negative $4,000. Now we're back up. Gas prices, Biden, $5 a gallon, $2.50 a gallon. I'm going by rote. These are pretty damn accurate. The leftist talking point was price of eggs. They were $5, $6 a dozen. Now they're $2.59 a dozen. At a certain point, you do have to accept a baseline reality and say, all right, before we get into the talking points, before we get into the back and forth, do we see a difference? Yes. Then you add on top of it 18 million illegal aliens. You add on top of it amnesty. You add on top of that deportations. You add on top of that a very strict immigration policy and deportation policy on violent criminals. And the left currently, to this very minute, it's 10:39 Central tonight. they still don't want to deport violent felons who are here illegally in our prison systems. There's a contrast. You may line up on one side or the other, but the contrast is not in debate. The contrast is not in doubt. Let's stop getting into the he said, she said, and go, okay, there's a different vision for America, and then you have to pick which one you want, and then get out and vote in the midterms. It really is pretty damn clear. Also clear, the things that Donald Trump wasn't able to accomplish in his first year. He's not perfect. That brings us to tonight's 7+1.
You forgot Stefan in the chamber.
And by the way, this week's 7+1 is brought to you by Foundation Daily, the only other company that I have created or run. It's the world's best multivitamin supplement. It has clinical doses of clinical ingredients that are proven in clinical trials. Turmeric, curcumin, garlic to improve your inflammation, lipid profiles. If you eat perfectly, you don't need it. If you don't have aches and pains, you don't need it. If you want to fill in the gaps, it's the best one available. Don't just buy something at the GNC shelves.
And that's what people tell you, that it's the best. That's what everybody says.
That's what everybody tells me,
right.
But objectively it is. And tonight is 7+1 things that President Trump couldn't accomplish this past year, because he's not perfect.
No, there's something
Everybody
has flaws. Nobody can get everything.
Okay, yeah.
Number 7, he couldn't save Canada from communism. That's a look at him. That stash is communist.
Comrade.
Number 6, Army Ranger Josh Firestine.
He couldn't qualify for the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, he didn't.
Whoa, he tried his hardest.
I mean, you double.
Where's the bulge?
The two-man luge is just gay, right?
No, maybe if he had been the single luge, he would have had a shot.
7+1 things President Trump couldn't accomplish in his first year. Number 5, Captain Morgan CEO.
Teach Chuck Schumer how to grill?
Take it. Love it.
Come on,
Remarks are
Chucky.
important. He got him. Trump nailed it.
Is that a chuck roast?
Number 4.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Wow, you're better than that, I think.
No, because Chuck roast is tough.
No, you never get it right. It's always too dry.
Number 4, we know this. He couldn't find the Ark of the Covenant. That's just, but no one could.
I mean, look at Pam Bondi. She's her face is melting off.
7+1 things Trump couldn't accomplish this past year. Number 3, get NBC to pick up Queer Eye for the Fetterman guy, which I would pay.
Good money to see. He'd be confused the whole time and cussing.
I bet he'd be down.
And he doesn't have Tourette's.
7+1 things President Trump couldn't accomplish his first year. Number 2, Executive Order Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett to show us her tits.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at those things.
At least she'd be useful.
Those are supreme tits.
The most supreme.
I'd like to see the dissent.
Unanimous decision.
And the number 1 thing Trump couldn't accomplish, Mr. Josh Firestine.
Help Kamala Harris get sober.
Oh, I see an empty chair by the fire.
Montel feels gypped.
And the +1, hire a competent attorney general. This has been this week's 7+1, brought to you by Foundation Daily.
You forgot Stefan in the chamber.
Hey, watch this.
All right, so talking about a lot of the...
Oh, nailed it. Nailed it.
Just so you know.
Fighting Irish.
Baseball 101. Always
We should call you NATO for putting nothing up on defense.
Come on, don't steal jokes live on air. What was that show you said it was on? It was
Shorzy.
Shorzy
Season 6, a review coming. It's one of the best series on television.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So, Caitlin Collins.
Hairy forearms.
Hairy forearms in chief said, and this is the post that she has, I believe it's on X, Trump on Democrats not standing up during, and this is the part you need to pay attention to, what he believes should be applause lines during his speech. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy. So if I remember correctly, that part of the speech was basically saying something to the effect of that you have a duty to put Americans' interests first, not illegal.
Right.
And That's when he paused because they didn't stand and the applause just kept going. And he's like, these people are crazy. So it's really interesting to see Caitlin Collins say this is what Trump's believing should be an applause line.
Yeah.
I think the American people, every America First person out there should be applauding this, by the way, whether you're like, I'm not going to vote because I'm pissed off in the midterm elections. It's the stupidest thing in the world to do. Or you're even a dyed-in-the-wool leftist who thinks Donald Trump is the second coming of Hitler. You're like, well, actually, American people's interests should be served first, right? Even if I want all of the illegals in the world to come to this country, I should still be for serving the interests and needs of the American people first anyway.
Let me distill this for you. Do you believe, okay, wherever you line up, do you believe that Democrats and Republicans have a base? Of course you do. They talk about it on CNN, Fox News. Each party has a base. Okay. What is that base? The Democrats just told you. Illegal aliens and people who don't pay taxes. I have been telling you this for half a decade. Through their Second Amendment laws, their First Amendment restrictions, the left wants to turn you, the American worker, into an entire populace of criminals, and they want to turn criminals into a voting base. That really does delineate it as clearly as possible. They want illegal aliens to vote. They want people who don't pay federal income taxes to vote for them. They want to buy their votes on your backs, the American worker, whether you're making $50,000 a year or $5 million a year. If you are earning your money honestly and paying taxes, you are of no use, none whatsoever, to the Democrat Party in 2026.
Oh, they got Van Jones and Scott Jennings at a fake Chili's.
Yeah.
Saginaw was one of two counties in that crucial swing state to flip from Biden to Trump. And Michigan is home to several key midterm contests later this year. Tonight, Van and Scott are joined by 10 voters, 4 Democrats, 4 Republicans, and 2 independents who watched tonight's
Point,
speech.
Gerald.
Van and Scott, walk us through the reaction
Caitlin Collins,
the president's
what
address.
Trump views as yada yada. He literally asked,
Yeah.
if you agree with this, then stand.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a hard
By the way,
question.
that is a fake Chili's because when I was at South by Southwest, CNN would rent out a local restaurant and
Saginaw.
call it the CNN Grill.
No, that's not real.
That's Old Town.
Yeah, it's fake.
Differently. You did not like this speech at all. Tell me why.
I didn't like the speech because he did not
Oh,
talk
surprise.
about what he was doing to make our lives better.
Oh, really?
As Governor Spangenberger said, is the president working to make our lives better? No. James
Who's
Carville
our?
said, it's
Define
the
it.
economy.
What?
And it
First
still
off,
is
he
the
talked about
economy,
lowering
and he's not
prices. He
talking
talked about
that
making
at
homes
all.
more affordable, tax cuts for all people, and Trump accounts for your kids, which I assume there are many.
She doesn't use oil or groceries in her life.
No.
Well, they didn't
Or
mention
kids.
she's an illegal.
Healthcare plan. People's health insurance premiums
she?
are going up.
Oh, I was like,
What
what?
is he doing for that?
Yeah,
What
because
is
they
he
were
doing
going
for our
down under
seniors?
Biden and Obama.
What do you? Hold on. What is he doing to take care of our healthcare costs? What are you doing to take care of your health?
That was a low IQ answer from that lady.
Tax breaks. I haven't done ours
Didn't
yet,
understand
but I
it.
know there will be a huge change with the children tax break, and my husband works a lot of overtime, so I'm excited to see what that does. I think no senior should pay Social Security taxes, and then I liked how I wish he would have stayed more on Iran because I was already wondering and trying not to worry about it, but kind of not paying attention. But it sounds like he
best
said
and brightest.
if they're not going to go
She's
to nuclear,
supporting most of our ideas, though.
we don't have to do the FA. Find out. We don't want to find out.
Yeah, he
But
said his
he
preference
will.
was diplomacy.
Right.
Yeah.
But he will find out if he has to.
Yeah. Well, I'm so
Oh, no. What happened?
We're good.
The thing that I missed the most was a focus on the economy and looking forward. And Supreme Court struck the tariffs down, and he's going for another round of tariffs. And I also think that's the wrong direction. Tariffs cost our company a lot of money.
Over $340 billion in revenue generated.
Well, wait
while
till-
inflation is down.
You didn't hear the rest of his argument. He wants more taxes.
We can't give raises to our employees. We can't help them. So I'm stuck in that kind of vicious cycle of raise the rates, prices go up, raise the rates, and how do we continue that?
So he didn't help you at all on the tariff stuff at all. But you said that you enjoyed this speech and that there were moments that moved you. What moved you about this speech?
Well, the celebrating people is always good, but again, that 18 trillion investment, the 25 million in Trump accounts. But I did hear something on the health care, right? We have a law, the Obamacare, the ACA, and we don't have we don't have a way around it, and it's really just pooled care that's gone up every year. And this most favored nation, he's taken a stab at lowering the costs for us. And unless
she didn't hear that part of it.
There's an educated opinion
something
there.
that's going to hit our pocketbook.
I think the part of the speech that's probably going to live on for most Republicans is when he asked the Congress, stand up if you think your duty is first to American citizens before illegal aliens. Republicans stood up. It gave him his most sustained applause for the night. I suspect, man, you're going to see this in a lot of
the lady with no neck.
The fucking white American lady with no neck.
Coke machine with a head.
Showmanship of that, or the spectacle of trying to get Democrats to stand up for that.
Well, I think the point, that and it may have gotten a little muddled, but, in the showmanship, but I think his point is valid. Everybody in that room represents the citizens in this country. And are you doing your job? He should, the governor asked, is Trump doing his job? Trump asked, are all of you doing your job?
But don't you think it was just kind of a cheap stunt?
Come on, Van.
No,
let him hang
somebody
himself.
Who's been in politics
He
for a
will.
long time. To me, it seemed like a stunt. No matter what Trump told Democrats, stand up if I say anything. If he said stand up if you like puppies, they would have said we like kittens. There's no way they were going to stand up. So to me,
that's their fault, you piece of shit.
Thanks for saying what
he didn't say stand up for puppies. He said stand up for Americans, and they stayed seated, you piece. Oh, shit.
Would you have stood up? If you were Democrat, Donald Trump said stand up if you are against illegal immigrants, whatever he said, would you have stood up?
That's not what he said, though. Whatever he said.
Country, and I would have stuck to my standards. And I would have stayed to my who I am.
Because I look like a retarded Daniel Cormier.
This motherfucker can't.
And I would have stayed seated on my fat diabetic ass to let people know that I support illegal aliens over the American people.
He said, I would have stuck it to my standards. Not completing a sentence.
Or other things of that nature.
No, I listen, and I hope this moment lives on for decades of how we are never going back to that. The Van Joneses of the world, let them try and spin this, man. They are gonna, like I said, they're gonna hang themselves on it. I hope they get all the airtime in the world to do it.
Michigan, Anderson, I have to say, I think the hockey moment was unifying probably in this particular area more than anywhere else in the country. Everybody, Republicans,
Van can't even say.
Anderson Cooper's like, I just got a dick pic. I'm distracted.
Oh boy,
miserable night said,
my boyfriend's naked.
Team is a great thing.
That was not me. That was gay. What's his name?
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, it was gay Anderson Cooper. That wasn't me.
I hosted the mole, for God's sake.
Be a little bit nicer to the Canadians, but I'm glad we won.
All right, Anderson.
It's
that's
nice
what we got out here in Michigan. We got a lot of opinions out here.
It's nice to see the heated rivalry between you guys.
I like it when it gets hot and heavy.
My panel is here with me in Washington. I do want to play something that President Trump said about affordability, which is obviously something that the governor spoke about as well. Let's watch.
All right, and guys, we're going late into the night here. So you know what? Let's go to Rumble Premium Mug Club members. We're going to take your chat. Yeah. We're going to issue some more fact checks. Right now is it $20 off?
25%.
25% off. None of this happens without you, your support. $99 a year, you get this wonderful hand-etched mug, or try it for $9 a month. We're not able to do this without you. And if not, hey, 11 a.m. weekdays, we broadcast every day. Not tomorrow morning because we will all be nursing it.
Ish.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the premium.
Trump 26 promo code?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's hard.
Yeah, what you need.
Ooh. Yeah.